Hello. What is up? Sorry, I totally lost track of time. I'm a little bit late here, but we're gonna get going. Sorry, I was watching Sam Bachman. If you don't know who Sam Bachman is, look it up. You will not be sorry. Here, let's see if we can show you. Oops. That's who I'm talking about. And he's the best for toxic relationship type stuff. And, well, just look him up. Trust me, you won't regret it. Really cool person. Really very smart person. Anyway. All right. So what's going on, you guys? Yeah, same as always, if you are new here, welcome. And if you're returning, what's up? How you doing? We're going to get some questions answered here. You can see all these decks here I have to choose from for you. We're going to put your names on the wheel. If you aren't subscribed already, go ahead and do that so that I can put you on this list here. And other than that, I'm just going to start with this list. If you have any questions, let me know. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and add. So if you're here now, please let me know if you want to be on this list, because I'm sure there's, these other people that were in the beginning. I don't know if I'm going to add them. I don't know if you're here still. So like Angelina, Lee, I don't know if Jenny, just whoever's here, just, let me know right now if you're here and I will add you to the list. Okay. Jenny, love it. Everyday Reset, Athena, got you guys. Kritika, Heather, okay. Fantasy Lover. I'm good, Heather. How are you? How is everyone? I think I have everybody for now. Let's see how many people are here for right now. There's 9 and I have 11. So it's not too bad. We're doing okay. Usually it's like so off, you know, but so it's all good right now. It's not too bad. So let's go ahead and start. Okay. Rid. Okay. All right, I'm going to start. I got all you guys, so don't worry. I did get you. If you're here right now and your name is up here, I got you, so don't worry about it, okay? Okay. It's a little bright. Okay. I know. Yeah, so go ahead and post your question and I'll get right to your reading. Money and finances. Okay, beautiful. Let me put these oracles away for a second. We'll get to these in a little bit. Do you guys see my Virgo candle? Oh my god, it's so cute. Virgo got the constellation and everything. Got that from my boyfriend's family. They're pretty fucking cool. They know I'm into this shit. They got me a bunch of stuff having to do with Virgo. And also this one too. I love that saying. This is for all the Virgos out there. I was like, I really like that. That's fucking cool. That's me right there. I mean, you know, it's like kind of like a good reminder sometimes, you know. Anyway. So let's see, money and finances. Money and finances. Okay. What's going on for you, money and finances? Thank you. You're waiting. You're waiting around. I don't like that because usually it's kind of like, you know, this is your life. You're going to have to like take action, you know, you can't just like wait around. But the thing is like, okay, so we see at the bottom here, You could be a bit lost right now. Like maybe you're not sure what exactly you want to be doing with, your job, and just everything is kind of just seeming like, okay, like I'm real confused. I don't even know what I want to be doing. And I'm just very kind of lost right now. Like you're kind of looking for meaning in life. It seems like you're kind of going through something right now. So this waiting here, the Hanged Man, it's kind of saying like, okay, so you're wanting more information. You're wanting more enlightenment. That sun around his head or that light around his head, he wants more information. He wants to be enlightened. So it's kind of like, and while you're on this journey, this solo journey into the mountains there, where you're trying to find yourself or find meaning, find what, your niche or whatever, then, it's kind of good because you're open to things. So be open to things, like be open to new experiences, learning things. You don't know everything, like be willing to learn from people. But, it seems like it's going to take a little bit of time, and you're going to have to like learn something first before you see any improvement. Like there's just something you're not, at the same time, though, I feel like you're just not tapped into what you're trying to really do. Like you haven't found what you're passionate about yet, really. So, let's see. Oh, even better. Yeah, so the Page of Cups a lot of times means like, it's talking about love, but since we're talking about career, the cups a lot of times can mean, something you're passionate about. So what better than the Page of Cups for something you're passionate about? And it's the page, it's young energy. So this is like a new thing coming into your life. I feel like you're going to find something, pretty soon. It's like something that just not necessarily is offered to you, like this card is kind of suggesting, but it's saying, it's kind of like something that it feels that way to you. It feels like, okay, this is something I can really get used to. I really like this. Like you kind of just walk into it, you just find it. It's funny because like here it's talking about almost like you're searching for it and then you find it, but I feel like you're searching for it, but then it kind of just like you do find it, but it's not like you were really looking for it when you found it. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of just something that you stumble upon. So that's cool. Let's see what else we can find out about this. Anything else in regards to what kind of directions you should go in? Again, I feel like you're going to find this, like you're looking for meaning and you're looking like you're searching for like meaning and purpose. But when you find this thing you're passionate about, it's kind of like while you're searching, it kind of like whispers in your ear, or like it kind of just like is hinted at, or like you just see it on the wall. Like it's not something you're really, like you're not at the time you're looking for it. It's not where you find it. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like along the way. So it's cool. Like I wouldn't focus too much on anything like specific because then you're going to miss it. You know what I mean? Like it's not something that you find when you're looking for it. It's something you find while you're looking for it, but you didn't know that it was going to be that. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Like hopefully that's making sense. It's kind of something that stumbles, like it's just there in the background. You just happen to notice it, but it's something that you really are passionate about. Maybe you're like, oh my God, I never even thought of doing that. Like what? How could I have never thought of doing that? Like, duh. You said exactly. I was told maybe in spiritual realm because I have abilities I'm tapping into, but yeah, I'm struggling. I had worked with animals many years, left that career looking for something new. Okay, right on. So let's see. It seems like there's a lot of fear and anxiety having to do with, collaborating with other people. It could be, I pulled 6, so sorry about that. These are the ones that fell out, so I'm just going to go with it. The first one that actually came out, though, that I want to bring to your attention is the Judgment card. It came out because I feel like you need to like use your better judgment, obviously, with certain things. And so the certain things we could be talking about here is, people, like colleagues, people you trust, like things that you do, like boundaries you have. You know what I mean? I feel like you kind of get close to people, you start to get to know people. Maybe you're easy to talk to, but it's kind of like you let people in and you think they're good and then they kind of aren't. You know what I mean? I feel like if that's not the case right now, it's because that has been the case. And so now you're a bit weary about people and not paranoid. He's got a bandage on his head. So, I mean, he's been hurt in the past. That's why he's all hypervigilant, looking all around him, trying to figure out, like, it's not if it's going to happen, it's when, right? So, I mean, I feel like you just know that there's bad people out there. Like you associating with certain people, it becomes a negative thing. It's something, that's why you're afraid of it. We're kind of just on your toes about it, which isn't really a bad thing, though, I feel like in this situation, since we have the Judgment card. So it could come to you when you're talking to other people, when you're kind of like, collaborating with other people on ideas. Maybe it's like it's something you get into with other people, or like a business or a group project. But the thing is, use your better judgment with this. Have boundaries remember that you have been hurt, and remember that people are out there that will hurt you like that. Not to freak you out, but it's just, if you do collaborate with people, try to like keep your own, try not to like give too much away. Nothing personal, but if you have ideas and stuff too, I'm talking about that too. Like, you don't want somebody to like steal your idea and just run off with it. So it kind of seems like you're doing what you have to do to like protect yourself in that regard, but it's just kind of highlighting like, yeah, just keep using your better judgment. You can collaborate and everything, but I kind of feel like this is something you do on your own though. It might be something you find when you're with people or talking with people. Maybe somebody just says something and it reminds you of something, then you realize like that's what and it has nothing to do with them, but it's just like while you're talking to people. But it seems like it's a thing that you could miss because it's vague. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a thing that like, it's not just like, oh my God, like it's screaming your name and it's obvious, it's right, that everyone can see it. It's just something that you happen to notice while you're looking for it. You know what I mean? But you weren't even looking for that. You know what I mean? You said you know what I mean. So hopefully that makes sense. But so yeah, it could be while you're talking with people though. For some reason, it's kind of saying like, be wary of, the associations that you're involved with, and the people, because you've been hurt in the past. And it's not a bad idea to have, boundaries and be using your better judgment with people. It just seems like, right now it's kind of saying like you have to find it first. You're gonna find it though. I feel like something's coming in, something new. The page there going, hey, have you ever thought of this? And you're like, no, I haven't. Maybe you should, if you're interested in things like that, why don't you just look into it? Why don't you just get a pack, a deck of a deck of tarot cards, not a pack. Just get some tarot cards and start learning the cards and just start like, seeing if it's your thing. Why not? That's what I did. And I thought, yeah, it's kind of cool. I like it. So you might like it too. You never know. Why don't you just try? I'm just, saying that because you had said that you might, have some gifts. I think, yeah, I mean, why not try it then, and just see if you do. What could go wrong? I don't really believe that when you say that, things just always go wrong. It's not the case. It's just like literally like you're just, seeing if that's the thing for you. And if it's not, then it's not, But if it is, then hey, why not? Okay, so I'm gonna go again. No problem. And I've added you, Sri. I've added you to the wheel here. So let's go ahead and spin again, you guys. And no problem. No problem for that. Thank you for your question. So let's see. Love it. Shike. The snake? What do you mean the snake? I mean, I can look into it, but to tell you the truth here, I'm not going to bullshit you. I really don't deal with like spirits and things like that, and like things from the other side, or like people who have died, things like that. Like I don't really know much about all that others, so we can see what the cards say. I can't promise you that it's going to be helpful, um, whatever they're trying to say, because I know nothing about all of that. I wouldn't even, honestly, I don't even feel comfortable like dipping into any of that. So I'm just going to see what the cards want you to know about that situation, and hopefully that's a little bit helpful to you. Hopefully gives you some kind of idea of what you could do about it or something. I don't know. Let's see what the cards have to say. Her situation: hearing voices, thinking that she wants to know like, what does this mean? Okay, that's kind of a cool way to put it, because it's like you're asking these things and I'm not really like, I can't really do things like in this area. So it's like, it's funny because it's kind of like confirming or denying in a way, I feel like, because it's saying pretty much like you already know, like whatever you think it is like kind of like, I would say right, because the High Priestess here is a card, she knows, she's intuitively knowing, right? Without being told, she just kind of knows things intuitively, like very much so. So it's kind of saying, with the star card here too, this is Aquarius, but what we're talking about here is basically have faith in yourself and, believe in yourself, things like that. So when it's saying believe in yourself, that intuitively what's happening, without being told, I feel like that's kind of saying like you are already on the right track to whatever you think it is, it's kind of like what it is. But that's just, reading the cards, that's how I'm interpreting that. So, I mean, I don't know exactly what's going on in your situation, or if I would like, but you're not asking me, you're asking the cards. So you're Aquarius. Nice. Oh, yeah. Cool. So even more so. Even more so. It's interesting. All right. Okay. So here we have you making a decision, like a very deliberate decision. You're not, questioning it anymore. It's not like contemplating, should I or shouldn't I? This is like, this is what I'm going to do. And what that is, well, this is Virgo. But at the same time, this is talking about self-reflection. And it's talking about like giving yourself that alone time, trying to figure out what it is you feel and think and want to do with life, and just kind of like do a self-check, you know what I mean? Like do a reevaluation, kind of like talk to yourself for a few days, like figure out what it is you're thinking and work some things out with yourself. You done yet? No. It's okay. Sorry, baby. Come here. Come here. Come on. Let's come here. Say hi. He's all hi. I love him. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes, Tani, for sure. So it's kind of saying, you need to like have a talk with yourself, and figure some things out. Self-reflection time. I also want to take note of this card that fell on the ground a little bit earlier. So let's see what this one says. Yeah. Okay. So it's like at this time, stability there's an opportunity for it. I feel like there's things going on, maybe a lot of stress in your life. And so this thing is very troubling to you, not only because it would be to anybody, but because, I feel like there was like things going on before that kind of like led up to this, that maybe, I'm not saying like it's just you, but I'm saying that like with this happening, it's like it's happening to you for a reason, right? So it's like there could be some other things going on too, like, a lot of stress, a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety. You're already kind of like thinking about something or worried about something. But the thing about that is that it could be something that you're kind of repressing, right? Because that's why it's not really coming up. And maybe you feel like everything's good, but, who feels like that most of the time? Probably not. But if you don't really know, like if you're like kind of like, no, nothing's really going on, like I'm saying, really think about it. And that's why the hermit's there too, because it's kind of going, okay, you need to do some self-reflection time. You need to figure out what it is you're feeling and thinking and trying to do, because you're feeling stuck and kind of like your hands are tied. If you're not feeling stuck in a situation, literally, you're feeling like you have no other choice but to be in a certain situation. So you're kind of just accepting of it, right? You're kind of just like, this is what I'm going to do. I guess this is what it is. But it doesn't have to be like that. You know what I mean? But it's kind of scary to like face that you might have to like, you know, go out on your own and go against whatever people are around you because you don't believe in that thing or whatever it is. But I mean, I think there's like a lot of, I feel like there's, oh, did you hear the crying? Yeah, no, that's a cat outside. It's not a baby. But yeah, he's pretty much like my child. But yeah, I love it. So it's kind of like, okay, if you're going through a lot of shit right now, it's kind of time to like really start facing that shit, because I feel like right now, if you're not facing it now, like if you feel like you've been facing shit, there's no way. That can't be with what I'm seeing here. It seems like to me there's some shit that is happening that you're kind of repressing and kind of maybe accepting a little bit, like because you feel like you can't change it. And so maybe this is like something that happened because it's kind of like a way of expressing it and getting your attention. Maybe that's why you're here, because now you need to like be told, okay, you need to do some self-reflection time and like just listening to yourself. The hermit is about like no outside influences. It's just you're talking to, you know what I mean? Yourself. So it's like something, you know, change is needed, but understanding and accepting of yourself, not accepting of shit that you're not okay with, but accepting of yourself and what you're really trying to do and what you really want, like redirect, you know what I mean? Like redirect where you're going in life, because that's what's going to be the most important thing. This is your life. You know what I mean? You can't like waste time on something where you feel stuck in it. Like, you know, we can be stuck, but I mean, I feel like, especially with the Eight of Swords, oops, sorry. Especially with the Eight of Swords, it's not really stuck, because the swords around her are just sticking in the ground. They're not really stopping her. I mean, her ankles are not tied up. She has a blindfold on and her hands are tied. So she thinks she's stuck, but she's really not. It's all in her head. That's what the swords are about. They're air signs, mental energy. So it's really like in your head that you're stuck. But to you, it's very real. So I'm not trying to invalidate that. I'm just saying, you know, you can get out of it. It's just kind of realizing that, you know? Yeah. And doing that self-reflection time, that's going to be important for you. That's kind of the whole thing, you know? It's kind of the whole thing here. I feel like it's trying to tell you. Hi, Muskan. Okay. No problem. Okay, I added you, Muskan. Yes, I did. So no worries about that. I'm just trying to shuffle a little bit and sort. Shuffle, sort, shuffle, sort, shuffle, sort. Okay, ready? Wait, let me get this going first. It was... One second. Okay. Okay. Everyday reset. Everyday reset. Okay. Aw, fantasy lover, don't leave. But if you have to, farewell. Thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by, though. Thanks for saying I'm amazing. That's nice. It's nice of you. But you're kind of, well, you know what? I'll take it. Thank you. So, everyday reset. Are you wet? So this is what happens sometimes when people aren't around. This is what we'll do for a second, okay? Be right back. Gotta have your lunch. What time is it for you? It's 1:20 a.m. for me. What time is it for everybody? Can you guys post the time that it is for you right now, wherever you are? What time is it for you right now? Yeah, they should. You're right. And unfortunately, we're gonna have to skip everyday reset. So sorry about that. They're new. They didn't know. Maybe that's possible. They didn't know. But the thing is, you gotta know that shit, dog. You guys. Oh my god. Cool. Okay. Wow. It saved it. No, it didn't. Oh my god, no, it didn't. Oh my god, please say it did. Okay, thank God. I almost lost you. Okay, so we're gonna go. We're gonna move on. Jenny, are you here still? Are you with us, Jenny? If you are, make yourself known. Make yourself known. Or you will miss your reading. Unfortunately. It happens. This happens quite often, actually, where people aren't here. So that's why I have that 30-second thing, because I'm like, okay, give them 30 seconds to like say something. Sometimes it just takes people a second to even realize, right, that Jenny, it's your turn. So, oh, there she is. There you go. Cool. See, she already got her question ready. There you go. How will I meet my future husband? Ooh, okay. Shoot. That's okay. Astrology would probably be a better way to look at that, seventh house type stuff. But if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I would love to do your chart. So email me and let's see about that. I think I'm going to start doing charts because that's really into astrology, because that's where you would look for all that stuff. Your husband, your first husband, second husband, third husband. You can see all that shit with your chart. So let's see. Because look, you're saying, okay, with the tarot though, this is how I do tarot. You're saying, how will I meet my future husband? First of all, we don't even know if there necessarily is a future husband, right? We're hoping so, but we don't know necessarily. Yeah, everybody that just came in, I will definitely add you to the list. Just sit tight, okay? And I will be sure to do that before I spin again, okay? So, okay. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if we can find out anything, any identifying information here. What do we need to know about your next significant relationship? If it turns into a marriage, great, but that's a separate question. So let's see. Your next significant relationship. The closest thing you get to marriage, if it's not marriage, what's the closest thing you get to marriage? That relationship. You know, the closest relationship you have in the future, the most significant, whether or not it leads to marriage. Where are you meeting this person? Oh, okay. So we have Aries, Sagittarius, Aries and Sag. That's what I'm seeing here first of all. So could be an Aries or a Sag. Aries would be, let's see. March 21st to April 21st, I want to say. April 21st or 20th? 20th, I think. 20th is the last day of Aries. And so March 21st to April 20th would be Aries. Sagittarius would be November 23rd to December 21st. So somebody within that, their birthday's within those dates, likely. Let's see what else. Also, if it's not an Aries or a Sag, like literally the card itself, if it's not talking about the signs here, then we're talking here about like somebody who is a leader of some sort, or like a manager, a boss. Maybe you meet them at work. I feel like it's a very peaceful and calm situation though when you're meeting them, and you know, just the energy that they radiate. It's very like calming, balanced. You think the person is very like calm and balanced, you know, just basically not stressing about things. Just, you know, things are in order, things are good. So this would be like a person who's in charge, who's not a complete dick, you know, at least seemingly so. That's how it seems when you meet, right? And we have Aquarius as well. So, and also, if not Aquarius, we're talking about like hope, faith. This could be a good relationship. This is like, it's a good omen to the situation. So we have Sag, Aries, Aquarius. Aquarius dates are, it's going to take me a second. It's January 20th to February 18th. Yeah. Because February 19th is the first day of Pisces. So February 18th is the last day of Aquarius. The first day, so it's January 20th to February 18th would be Aquarius. So I like Aquarius people. Yeah, they're pretty cool. My boyfriend's an Aquarius. So they are pretty cool. Let's see what else we can get for this. So this person, it's like, it seems positive. Like when you meet, it seems very positive and it seems very calming. It could be a person who's like a manager or a boss of something. Maybe they're at your work, but I feel like it's, yeah, you guys please read the description so you can know kind of what's going on. I'll put you on the wheel, but yeah, I just got to sit tight and see if your name gets called, okay, on the wheel, because that's how we do things around here. Thanks for coming. Stick around. I'll put you on the wheel and we'll see what's going on, okay? So, remember when I said it could have been somebody at work or something? I feel like, yeah, either that or this is a committed relationship. Like it turns into very committed and long term, because that's kind of what we'd be talking about with this too. And I feel like it could even go both ways. You know what I mean? Like saying both things. Like there's a lot of positivity here. There's a lot of structure. There's a lot of balance. There's a lot of like, not dependency, like not devotion necessarily, but commitment, you know, something that's like stable and steady and like long lasting, something that's structured. It seems like it's built well, like it can actually last. It's not going to break down. It's something real, So I'd say you probably weed out the Sagittarius from that bunch. No, I'm kidding. If we're talking about committed structured relationships here, then no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But it does seem like he's a leader of some sort with Aries here with the Emperor. We have a lot of high hopes for this situation. And it seems like that's not going to be regretted because we have the Ace of Pentacles after the high hopes. So it's like, yeah, we're hoping for stability and that's what we're getting. So let's see the last card here. Oh, how funny. Taurus. And also this is a marriage card too. So yeah, I would say you're definitely going to be, we already saw commitment there. So that's kind of cool because it's talking about like, obviously the person's structured and stable. They probably have a good job. They're a leader of some sort in something. They're an authority of something, and they're calming. They have a calming presence and a peaceful, like balanced presence. It's not something that's like dominating everybody who's around and just like kind of overbearing kind of leadership. It's like balanced, structured, peaceful, calm. Things are in order. Things are good, not stressed. And it's very it's very structured, but it's very relaxed too. It's interesting. Then we have a lot of high hopes for the situation, a lot of positive vibes, a lot of like, believe in this, I believe in this could be a good thing. And then that's good because then we have the Ace of Pentacles kind of saying, yeah, it is a stable thing. It is a structured thing. So do have hope for it. And then it's stable. It's, things are getting pretty serious. And then the marriage card comes out. So that's kind of like the way it should go, right? It should be committed. And then you realize like, yeah, this can actually work. Okay, let's get married. You know what I mean? It's not just like this like thing that you just do when you're feeling passionate about each other and you just do it and then it's like, fuck, I'm not really wanting to do this anymore. I kind of regret that. Like, why did we do this? It seems like it's, kind of like a long-term thing, and then you kind of decide, okay, we're gonna do this. So that's cool. It's kind of like, you were asking, and I think, definitely there's gonna be somebody in the future that you get married to. But Taurus, also it could be. So this person, Taurus, that would be April 21st, right? Because we said April 20th is the last of Aries. So April 21st to, I want to say May 21st. I always get it mixed up with June and May, which like exact date is the cutoff, but it's, somewhere in between. It's like either the 21st or the 20th. Might even be, it's either the 20th or the 21st of May is the last day of Taurus. So it's April 21st to May 20th or 21st. So you have a Sag, an Aries, an Aquarius, and a Taurus. So a cardinal, a mutable, and 2 fixed signs. That's kind of cool how it's splayed out too. Because in the middle, what do we have? A commitment. Who's it gonna be? That's really cool. I like that. Gave us a lot of information. So keep your eye out for some peaceful ass authority figure of something. Where you're gonna get to know them, things are gonna develop, seem stable, seem like there's high hopes there, like you won't have much doubt. It doesn't seem like you'll have a lot of doubt. It seems like you'll be pretty like sure. Like, yeah, this could work. I really think this is gonna work, and they're thinking the same thing. And then it does. At least from this point here, what we're seeing now, So let's see. Who else has come since the last time? Let's see. Love you, sunshine. Garima. Tatiana, I have you on the list, so don't go anywhere. Let's see what happens right now, okay? Let's see. I'm going to shuffle again. And let's do this. Okay, ready? Do we have Heather here still? Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's see. I don't want to get too personal today, just a general overall reading. Whatever message is meant to come will come. Yes, love you, sunshine. I just put you on the list before I spun it this last time. Like just now, literally, I put you on. Like not right now, but right before I spun right now, I put you on. So don't worry about that. I always check before I spin again if there's been anybody else that's come since the last time. So you're good. Yeah. Yeah, actually, my bad. I think in this description, because I have it like written out already and then I kind of like copy paste because it's a lot. So I think in this one, I actually forgot to put the thing about the Wheel of Fortune. I left that part out. So yeah, the wheel, or not the Wheel of Fortune, but the Wheel of Names, which is what I'm using to pick people. That's, I put everybody on the list. And then that's kind of a big deal. So I'm sorry about that. I put everybody on the list and then, hey, Lisa. And then I pick from there, it's actually not me who picks, it's the wheel, so can't hate me for it. Yeah, I did put you, Garima. Okay, so let's see what's going on with Heather. Whatever message is to come for Heather. How you doing, Lisa? Yeah, I added you long ago, Sri. Long ago. So don't worry. I think like the 2 times before. So Heather, what's going on with you? Anything Heather needs to know? What's Heather need to know and be aware of? What do we need to be aware of for Heather here, huh? What do we need to be aware of? What do you want her to know? What does she need to know? Okay. Okay. It could be a communication you're having with someone, or you're nervous about some kind of communication you're going to have with someone, or you want to speak with someone about something, or there's something that is just beginning now. And it's something that kind of seems too good to be true, and you're worried about that. Like you're already thinking, it seems like it's not what it really is. Like whether that be, it seems like it's going to be really bad and maybe it's not so bad, or it seems like it's going to be really great and maybe it's not so great. Either way, you feel like there's something that's like, you're not seeing it clearly. You feel like, am I just, like it can't be that bad or good. Whichever one, bad or good. It's just, the point of it is that it's not really accurate. It's not clear. It's not exactly what it is. It's not honest, not on your part, but it's not true what's being presented to you. It's like, well, exactly true. It's kind of, and you would be already thinking that, I feel like, you kind of already are nervous and thinking like in that way, like, maybe I should be wary of this. Like maybe this isn't exactly what it's trying to say it is, all that it's claiming to be or not be. It's like you're kind of just like, you feel that though. You're nervous about it. Oh, okay. I saw the Ten of Cups and the Five of Swords. So it seems like there's somebody involved in the situation that is a nasty character, and they're kind of like an obstacle to your happiness. Like if you can, just try to weed out all toxic people. I mean, that seems obvious, but seriously, it's not to some people. And some people think, I can tolerate this. It's okay. I can deal. No, don't. The Five of Swords is not even worth it. I'm telling you, the Five of Swords is not worth it. So you're contemplating on whether or not you should be involved with a certain person or a certain situation. Like, and I feel like there is one person in particular involved in the situation that's like just totally toxic. You think you can do it. Don't even deal with it, because you're still weighing your options. Like, what's more important? Should I do this? Should I do that? I think I can deal with it. No, because at the expense of your happiness, the 10 of Cups is like all together completely happy in many areas of life. Like, I don't want to say every area because that's kind of unrealistic too, but things are good, really good in the 10 of Cups. But the Five of Swords is kind of like, not, he doesn't want that to happen because he's miserable. Misery loves company. So it's like, do you really think with the Five of Swords around, he's going to let you be completely happy like that? He's going to do whatever he can to make sure you're not. And so I feel like that's the obstacle in the way of that. And so here we have, yeah, because they're going to make you do all the work, or basically you're going to feel like you're doing all the work. You're going to feel like you have so much on your plate, like this heavy ass load that you can't get help with it. Like everyone around you is just, and you're contemplating this. You're still contemplating, like, should I or shouldn't I? Well, I'm telling you right now, it's just going to end with you doing all the work. And it's just going to end with you feeling overworked, overstressed, like you have no help, like people just are allowing you to do all the work. They're not going to step in and like take responsibility for their part of their share of the work. Whatever it is, whatever thing you're involved in, whatever effort you're trying to like give, you're going to be the one giving all of it. And it's going to be so stressful, and it's going to be not worth it. I'm telling you right now. So don't contemplate it anymore. If you know what I'm talking about, it's great, because damn, holy shit. That is a lot of fucking people. And I don't even know how you do it. I mean, fuck, maybe you're the best person to be in that position of the Ten of Wands because you can actually handle it. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. I'm just kidding. No, seriously though, it seems like there is somebody who's toxic around you though. Like they're, in the situation, whatever it is. It's like there is that Five of Swords person who's like trying to win at all costs, trying to make other people miserable, trying to like win and get respect where it's not, earned. Basically just like a very toxic person who's like, they're gonna cause trouble. Like they just want to win. They just want to fight. They just want to like see people cower to them. They just want that like power, and it's really just nasty. It's really not even worth it. I'm glad you get this though. I'm glad that it makes sense. That's good. Okay. Aw, Tawny. Bye. Have a good night or day. I don't know what time it is for you. Okay, Tawny. Who else left? I feel like someone left recently. Oh, was it Fantasy Lover? Yeah. Okay. Charlie. Oh my goodness. Hmm. You guys are crazy. Love and support. Remember? Happiness, positivity. No, seriously, just because like this community of people is really supportive usually, so let's just keep doing that. Because that's, that's why we're here. We're not here to be like hateful and like talking shit and anything like that, really. So I don't even know what's happening in the chat right now, but just, simmer down, children. All right. All right, now I'm going to go again. Let's see. I don't think there's anyone new right now, so let's go. Let's go. Nice. Love you, sunshine. It is your turn. Interesting. Okay. Looks like you needed a reading today, is what the wheel thinks. Bethany, I will add you to the wheel as well. Sometimes that happens. Well, obviously, everybody that like the wheel picks, I seem to think that the wheel really makes up its mind like beforehand, because sometimes the wheel is like, it'll pick somebody and then the person won't be here, and then after that it will be like, it'll pick them again, like when I add them back to the list. If they come back and go, hey, can you add me again, sorry I missed my reading, can you add me again, they're like, okay, and then I add them again, and then it picks them. Like, it's like the wheel's like, I did not make a mistake, I meant to pick that person, so now that they're here, we're going with it. It's like, okay, wheel. I don't ask questions. I don't ask the wheel if he's sure, because it's like, he's sure. I think it's a he. I don't know. Okay, so I'd appreciate a general. Gotcha. General for Love You Sunshine. What does she need to know? Well, I'm assuming it's a girl, but I don't know. You may be a man. So Love You Sunshine. What do they need to know? What is generally going on for them? What do they need to know? What's generally going on for them? What do you want them to know? Oh. We got either you need to take action, like, sooner than later, or it's saying your hasty decision making is probably going to get you in some trouble. Like, maybe, you would know better than me, like if you right now have been making a lot of impulsive, taking a lot of impulsive action, or, making a lot of impulsive decisions, like kind of just like without thinking. This is like without thinking, like without forethought. It's young fire. It's not seasoned fire. It's not mature fire. It's fire that does not know how to put himself out when it's appropriate to be on fire, when it's appropriate to be like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like they don't know because they're young. So it's like that energy of just like not really, using your, not like you're stupid or anything, but just like not using your brain to make like kind of just going and not thinking about it, So you said you try not to take any impulsive direction or decision. So that brings me to my next interpretation of it. That could be saying then You need to take action on something. Instead of thinking about it, let's see what the rest of the cards say though. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, but I don't think you will because the tower's here. So that the tower comes out when we need to make changes, but we're not doing that. And so that's why the tower's there to go, okay, I'm going to fuck up the whole thing and everything in your life is going to feel like it's falling apart. But guess what? It's meant to be this way. It just, there's change that needs to happen. You're not doing it. You know, these little changes along the way are really important and people don't like change. You know, a lot of people don't like change. I don't like change most of the time. So that's why the tower is scary to people because they think that like change is scary. And that's pretty much what the tower is. It's like everything is going to change and then you're going to transform into something else, you know, and it's going to be beautiful and it's meant to be, you know, that's your life. It's transformation. But people get scared of it and it's unpleasant for a lot of people because it's, you know, change is unpleasant. And so the reason that this is happening is because you haven't made a decision about something. Because even after the tower comes out here, we're still seeing you're weighing your options. You're not sure what you should do. You're still contemplating it. What's more important? Is this thing more important than this? I mean, they're just about as important as the other. I mean, I don't know. Like, should I? And it's just like, that's why the tower's here because it's like, dude, stop. Stop thinking about it so much. You just got to do it. It's about time. Like, it's been a long time. You have to do something now instead of like thinking about it still and weighing your options. I feel like it's been a long time that you've been weighing your options. Kind of seems like that's what it's saying. And so now you're not really going to have a choice. You know, that's just how the tower works. When you see the tower, it's like you don't really have a choice anymore. So just know that like when the tower comes out, don't resist any changes, okay? Number one, any changes that try to come in, any people that try to come in or leave your life, anything that tries to change, just try not to, like with all of your power and will, try not to allow yourself to try to take control of that situation and change it. Like don't try to like influence it because it's gonna be a lot harder for you if you try to like control the situation. It's not gonna be able to be controlled. Like you can't control people at all in general, but some people are really good at it. But in this case, the tower can't be controlled. You know what I mean? Like at all. You can't change it. So it's kind of like that's a good thing though that the sun's coming out. That's what we want to see after the tower. We want to see the sun come out. Because that's what's happening after the tower. You know, okay, I just want to show you the tower really quick so you can kind of see what's happening. It looks really dramatic and scary, but it's not that bad. I mean, you're not going to fall out of a building and stuff, but like everything in your life might feel like it's all changing around you and everything's kind of like not working out anymore. Like just whatever it is, things are just like not happening the way you wanted them to. Plans are not coming together and you're feeling like a failure maybe, you know, things like this. And so it's kind of like I'd like to see sun more. Is that what you're saying? The sun or some more of this? So yeah, the sun, that's the only thing we're hoping for though, you know, or that we're waiting for because it's going to happen. Like obviously the sun's going to come back out and the buildings are going to start to be rebuilt and the town's going to come back together. You know, basically what it's saying is like you're going to transform the phoenix rising from the ashes, right? It's like transformation, a new you, a new way of your life completely in many different areas. So it's like a lot of things are going to change, but that's kind of cool that the sun actually did come out afterwards because that's even better because that's, you know, the sun will come out, but it actually came out. So that's good. That means maybe this won't be too hard for you. Maybe this won't be as bad as it is for some people, you know. But again, the only reason that it's bad for people or hard is because people don't like change and they resist it. They resist the fuck out of it. And it makes it harder. So I'm just telling you now, like, try not to resist change. And also, anything that you're trying to push into like happening or coming together, try not to force anything. Try not to resist. Try not to force. Like, just try to let go of all control you have over situations. Not your own self. You can control yourself. That's the only thing you can control. But I mean, like, literally trying to like make shit happen or like prevent shit from happening. Like, stop doing that. Unless it's like a safety thing, obviously. But I mean, like, you know, just try to not like control things. And it's going to be hard because it's going to feel like certain things are not working and you want to just fix it real quick and make it work. And it's like, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? And if it does, it does, but it's not because you tried to control it and make it what you wanted it to be. You know, just let things happen right now. Just kind of flow like a Pisces. Try to flow. because that's, it'll make it a lot easier, a lot more pleasant for you, a lot less difficult for you. So we have one more. Yep, cool. Ace of Pentacles. So you'll have an opportunity to find stability and structure again. I mean, it's a pretty positive reading to get after the Tower there. It's like, you'll be good. You'll be fine. So, I mean, obviously everyone will be fine mostly, but like, it's just cool because it's kind of like saying, don't even worry about it. Like, you'll find your way out of this. Things won't be that difficult. Maybe it wasn't going to be that until you got this reading right now. Maybe you can be aware of these things happening and kind of like take it easier on yourself and everybody else. But, that's a good thing. It seems like things are going to work out and be, back to, well, not normal because you'll be transformed, but things will be better in no time. Things will be structured again, and maybe even more structured than they are now. Maybe because, the Tower had to come in and like, basically fuck shit up so that it could change, because you weren't going to do it. You weren't going to change it. So it kind of had to come in and change it all at the same time. And that's why it's hard for some people too, because it's a lot of changes at the same time. And it just doesn't feel good sometimes when that happens. But, and obviously, you're not a person who likes change. That's why the Tower's there, because it had to do it for you because you didn't do it yourself, So most of, that's kind of funny. It's like, I'm always like, I don't know if you're one of those people that likes change or not, or like hates it. Obviously, if the person got the Tower, then they're resisting changes, and that's why it's there. So, I mean, pretty much, at least for right now, whatever things are trying to change or have been, you haven't been trying to make that happen. Or you need clarifying for Tower. I feel like I just explained the Tower like pretty in depth, but I'll explain it again because I don't need any more cards to explain to you exactly what you need to know about that. It's basically just saying like there were changes that needed to happen, and you didn't go about changing them. Remember in the beginning how it said like you're still weighing your options about things, like even after the Tower comes out. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully you're able to take this and realize like, okay, I'm not going to resist changes now. I'm going to kind of just let things happen. They're meant to be this way. Even if it's hard at first, this is better for me. You know what I mean? Like if something's trying to change, or if something's trying to, basically change. If something is trying to come in or leave your life, don't stop it from doing that. Like it sucks and it's hard sometimes, but like that's just, it's going to be worse if you try to control things, because the Tower comes when we're resisting change basically, and it has to come in and change everything at once because you didn't do it yourself. And so it's like now it can't continue this way. It's like an explosion, but in many different areas of your life. So it's like it feels pretty fucking hard for some people because they don't like change, and especially not much change all at the same time. You know what I mean? It's hard. So don't resist any changes. Don't force anything to try to happen when it's not, clearly it's not happening. Just stop trying to push it. You know what I mean? And stop trying to prevent things from changing, because it's not going to work. And at the same time, it's going to be a lot harder for you having to go through all these changes. You know what I mean? The Tower comes in when you need to make change. You've had to make change for a long time and you haven't done it. So now it's coming in and just going, okay, I'll just do it all for you at the same time. And it's, it's really not pleasant for most people. But again, that's just because most people don't like change. And obviously, at least right now in your life, that's kind of where you've been, because that's why the Tower comes out, because you haven't made certain changes that need to be made just to make life a little easier, or kind of your path to be, going the direction it's supposed to go for your highest good, right? So the Tower's like, no, can't keep doing it like this. So I'm just going to do it. And so a lot of things will change, but it's for your highest good right now. It's for the better. It's meant to be like that. So just try to flow with it. Try to just go with it. Okay. That's, and then it also shows after the Tower, the sun comes out. So that's even better. That's amazing. That's beautiful. That's, that's exactly what we want. The sun's going to come out. Things are going to be okay. It's going to recover like sooner than, I would even say for most people, because it seems like it's going to not be too hard for you. Maybe the aftermath of the whole thing, maybe at first it will be, but then it's like, okay, you kind of see how it all comes together. The sun comes out, things are rebuilt, and you're like, okay, I can see where I'm going now. I can see why that had to happen. And then the Ace of Pentacles is showing that you find stability, and there's opportunities for it everywhere. So it's like good. And I feel like that's, pretty much just saying it won't be as hard for you. So hopefully that is the case. At least, you will maybe understand now a little bit better when it starts to happen. Like changes start to happen. You won't be as like, what's going on? I hate this. You'll just be like, oh, okay. She said it was going to happen. Fucking tower. Get mad at the tower, not me. But getting mad at the tower is not going to change the tower. So just know that. Everyone goes through that. Everyone goes through tower moment many times in their life. It's just when they're not changing what they need to change, I guess it's kind of inevitable for a lot of people, like some people they need someone to do it for them kind of, at certain times. It's just too difficult to do to make certain changes. Okay, do we have anybody new? I got lose love. Mm-hmm. I think that's all for the new people, right? Okay. All right, so let's do this. Ooh. Garima. Usually Garima's here. Are you here, Garima? She might not be. Ooh, Tatiana, I love your picture. I love the moon. Especially the full moon. If anonymous is really Garima, then you need to get on your other account that says Garima and say you're Garima. Yeah, I'm gonna move on because yeah, I've had people say they were other people before, so that's why I'm just like kind of anal about that because that's not cool when people do that. Like literally did a reading for them, like completely a personal reading, and it was like not even the right person. I'm like, that's not cool. So now I'm like real anal about that shit. So let's just move on because we can. Because it's about that time. Okay. I know Angelina's here, right? Right? Okay. Also, for those of you who are like, I don't want to wait anymore, I just want to get a reading for sure, you can donate. All the information for that is in the description. $5 a question, 2 questions max. So, if you really are down on your left, you're really just like, I just really want a reading right now. I don't want to wait. You can do that. It's an option. Don't have to, but it's an option. It's there. So I just want to let you know that. All the information's in the description for that. And also, you guys, I linked all these cards that I use in my videos in the description as well, in case you want to get one of them. Sometimes that happens. You know, when I watch tarot readers, I'm like, what deck is that? What deck is that? They sometimes don't say, and it's kind of difficult to find the deck. So I just labeled them all there for you. If you want to check that out, go ahead and do that. So Angelina, when will Suraj propose me for a love relationship? What will be our future outcome of this relationship? So this question is kind of difficult because we just don't know if that's going to happen yet. We don't even know if it's ever going to happen, right? So I'm just putting it out there that we don't know for sure if this is even going to happen, right? So here's the thing. We have to rephrase the question. Tell me what we need to know about Suraj. What is the future between these two of, you know, with Suraj and Angelina? That's what we can ask, okay? What do we need to know about the future of this relationship, the energy between them as we move forward? What can we expect this year? This year, what can we expect between them happening? Angelina and Suraj. Okay. First of all, judgment. Yep. So it's basically saying that you need to think this one over, because you need to use your better judgment, because the death card shows not literal death. Don't freak out. Not literal death. It's talking about basically change or endings. So drastic change that comes, you know, it's kind of sudden and abrupt and pretty intense, like drastic, you know, it's a change of something. And it could even be talking about an ending of some sort. So also, here's that lovely little page of wands again. We're talking about somebody who's not thinking before they're acting. So you're seeing this as like, this is so great. I really want to be with this person. I really want them to ask me out and so I can marry them, or, you know, I want a relationship with them. And it's kind of like the judgment card is going, think again. Please just use your better judgment on this one. You know, don't have regrets later. Like, think this through one more time. You know, it's kind of like saying you're not thinking, you know, you're kind of just going for it, and it's not wise in this decision. Why is the death card here? Nine of Cups. Someone wants to have their cake and eat it too, or you're idolizing the person. You're seeing it as all great, and it's going to be everything you want, and that's obviously not the truth, but maybe that's how you're seeing it. It's everything you want. But maybe it's not. Oh my God, yeah. Well, it's not like it doesn't make sense though. So remember how I said, like, you're thinking it's going to be everything you want. You're thinking it's going to be exactly, because this guy has 9 cups here, filled to the brim. He's not sharing. He's kind of greedy. And it could be talking about that too. Maybe you want exactly what you want. You're not really thinking about like what anyone else thinks or feels. Like, could be a little bit of like greed for what you want. But it's basically saying like like the person has everything they need, and maybe even a little bit of what they want too. You know, it's like they have so much and they'll take more. Like they want it all, you know? And so maybe in this situation, you feel like this person is like everything you want. Like you feel like they would really be what you would really want in a relationship. Like everything about them, you just feel like this is the person that I want to be with, like for sure. Everything about them is just great, like idolizing, you know, you're seeing them as all kind of like magical, perfect, you know, and it's not obviously true, because everyone, I mean, if you think like that, you will be let down. I can assure you, you will be let down. But you know, that's just obvious. But in this situation, it's kind of highlighting that you think this is going to be so great. And we got the devil here. So I don't know if he's a Capricorn or a Scorpio. The death card also can represent Scorpio. But the devil card represents either Capricorn. I feel like in this situation, though, it's talking about you think it's going to be everything you want, but the devil's here. So it's kind of like the devil can be disguised as an angel, remember? You do the math. What do you think that means? You know, seems like it all makes sense and is coming together, right? I feel like that makes a lot of sense. I mean, it makes sense to me. So if it doesn't make sense, you let me know. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I didn't really think it was talking about Capricorn anyway, but I just had to put it out there because it does, that is the Capricorn card. Doesn't have to mean it's a Capricorn, but if it was, that would be, obviously important. But the devil, toxic, sex could be really great, but that doesn't always mean the person's a great person for you. You know what I mean? So there's that. Lisa, gotcha. And one last thing about this, though, for you. It's saying to use your better judgment because you're kind of just going head first into this, and it's like not a good idea. Like there's going to be changes, and it's going to be shocking to you. Drastic change. It's going to hit you like you didn't even see it coming because you think, especially because you see this person so highly, and you see them as being like really great for you, and it's going to be seen. It's probably going to be experienced as somewhat of a shock. You know what I mean? That this person isn't everything that you feel that they are, that they're trying to pretend they are, or that they're, whatever it is, whoever's doing it, you're both kind of engaging in this, like, in a way, I don't want to say delusion. It's more of like, well, it's an illusion for sure. Like it's not, but I don't know if that's because you're seeing that you're projecting onto them what you want them to be, what you need in a relationship, what you want, and you're projecting that onto them, or if they're trying to act like they're everything you want. It's probably a little bit of both. It's probably, both of you guys engaging in this whole like thing that would make it seem like they're everything that anyone would ever want, especially you, because they know exactly what the fuck to say to make you want them and think that they're everything that you need and want. So just be careful with that one. Like seriously, before you get attached, do not like take a step back right now and try to seriously evaluate the situation. Don't just think it's going to be everything and all the answers to your problems because or the answer to all your problems because it's not. Like it's really not, and you're gonna be disappointed as fuck. And before you get to that point where you're so attached, like please take a step back and understand that you are a little bit over emotional right now. You're kind of looking at this in a way that is not so clear, and it really could be troublesome for you later if you're already attached. And then you have to realize like they're not, they fall from the pedestal. It's not gonna be pretty, so just be careful with that. Okay, yes. Yeah, and Lisa, I did get your donation. So please go ahead and post your question. I will be right back, literally. So please post it and I'll be right here. Okay, be right back. Okay. Okay, Lisa. My future husband, do I know him? Okay, so first of all, I don't do yes or no questions, but I will do my best to, like, we'll come up with something. We'll figure out kind of what it's leaning more towards. Also, though, since we don't know whether or not you will actually be married in the future, I mean, we hope so, but we don't know for sure, like, if it's going to happen, right? So, I can't really ask that question, but what I can ask is your next significant relationship, or not, maybe not even your next, but you want to know your future husband. So you're not even like the next person I date. You're saying your future husband. So whoever this serious commitment is with, like at whatever time, right? So let's say you're the if let's say the person that you are in the most significant relationship of your life with. Because there could be, like, what if you have a future husband and then you like divorce and have another, so that could be even more significant. So I don't know. I guess we could say, like, no, I mean, I can look at this question for you. We just kind of have to rephrase it, right? It's like, you know, the most significant relationship that you'll have, if it's not marriage, you know, then the most significant relationship you have, even if it, like, okay, wait, how did I say it before? The most significant relationship of your life, if not marriage, the most significant relationship. Do you know this person already? Um, so, like, what do we need to know in regards to this person that you're going to be with in a significant relationship? Like, what can you tell us about them? Any identifying information you can tell us about them to kind of help us and aid us in understanding whether or not you know him already? Yeah, that should work. I'm talking sign, I'm talking job, I'm talking hobbies, I'm talking personality. Tell us what we need to know. How do you think that we could discover that? Of course, maybe it'll tell us you have no idea who it is. Something that, we'll kind of figure out a little bit based off what the cards say without getting it just straight yes or no. And then you're like, well, wait, okay, so it's going to give us a lot more information this way. So, who is this person? Does she know them already? That's what we're wanting to know. Can you give us some identifying information so we can piece that together? Help us to understand whether or not she knows the person already. And thank you for the donation, by the way. I didn't even say that. Thank you. I do appreciate it. It's awesome of you. 9 of Swords. Okay. So in the 9 of Swords, you can't really tell in this deck. It's a little bit different than the Rider-Waite. But we're talking about, like, stress. Maybe this is something, like, it's keeping you up at night. And if not literally, like, keeping you up at night, then it's something that's on your mind throughout the day. It's a big stressor on you. So let's see why this is coming out here. Very interesting. Automatically, or what comes to mind is just like either that this person's caused you pain in the past, or maybe this is this is something you're stressing on now, and it's something that's preoccupying your mind now. That's kind of what I'm seeing too. So let's see what we can find out about this. Why is the 9 of Swords here for this person? What's kind of funny is before I started shuffling and I was like figuring out how to ask the question, in my mind I saw like something was kind of saying too, like leading towards like maybe they don't want her to know if she knows him or not. And I'm like, and I kind of like pushed that out because I'm like, well, why wouldn't they want her to know? Like, that's not like it's going to get in the way of it. It's like if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. It's not like if she knows whether or not she knows him already, but it could be that. Maybe it's saying that, like, you're stressing on it too much right now. Like, maybe you don't need to know or something, just saying, just putting it out there because I did think that, and now I'm kind of thinking that might be, but let's see. King of Cups. Okay, so we have maybe a water sign. Very caring individual, very sensitive man, but not very obviously sensitive. Like he's not going to be like macho man type, but I'm saying like the caringness. It's not always like the Queen of Cups, for example, which is like lovey-dovey, nurturing. You know, it'll be obvious, motherly. You know, with the King of Cups, it's a little bit different. It's like you know they care, but it's like a distant kind of care. It's not like they're all up in your face and like lovey-dovey. It's like you know they care, but it's just not like an over display of of anything really, of care. It's not like smothering. It's just like you know that they don't want anything bad to happen to you. They're protective in a way, and it could be a person that's a younger earth sign person. That's young earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It doesn't have to be, but I'm just putting it out there because these are court cards. So a lot of times that can mean it's the person we're talking about, but this would be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So if they're older than you, could be a water sign person. If they're younger, could be an earth sign person. Just putting it out there. If you already know people like that, you think, oh, just putting it out there. So, but this is also, if we're not talking about a person within these cards, we're talking about somebody who's structured. I mean, that's basically what they're focused on, at least. The pages are messengers. So the message that this page here is giving us is focused on stability, focused on structure. It's, which is a good thing. You could even say maybe that they're interested in a committed relationship. So, but the thing about it too is that it's a page, so it's young energy. Either they're just now feeling that way, like it's just the beginning stages of them kind of feeling like this energy, or it's like they're just not too experienced with it. They're just not, it's not like mature water here when we have like, experience and maturity, and like they know what they want basically. So, but the person is caring and they're headed toward more stability. That's the idea for them right now. That's what they're focused on, is more stability. So you could say that maybe things haven't been so stable for them in the past. And also you could say maybe they're not exactly there yet, but they're getting there. And they're focused on it. So that's good. That's a good start for them. Stable is good. What else do we need to know? Can you give us some identifying information about this person that she's going to be in a significant relationship with? Possibly even marriage. Did you see that reading I just did before when it was kind of a similar question? Where will I meet my future husband, or something like that? Yeah. And then that one ended up telling us at the end that, yeah, she's going to be getting married to this person. So I hope that will happen here too, because that one was pretty clear. Let's see. Does she know this person? Like, how would we know if she knows them? What do we need to know about them? Describe their character. Describe their character. Describe their character, please. Something that would be identifying to her. And then at the end of the reading, if you feel like, yeah, I don't really know who that would be, then it's probably not somebody you know, right? But then, of course, later on, a few days from now, you might go, oh my God. And just it comes to you like who it is, but maybe not, right? Okay, we have action taking, opportunities to take action. So it's very much like ambitious, but not even necessarily ambitious, just, well, it is, it's taking action, but it's basically saying like you'll have the opportunity to do that. Maybe it's someone you'll have the opportunity to meet, like you haven't met them yet. Give me an understanding of if she knows this person or not, please, so I can relay that message to her. Okay, this is strange now because the Nine of Swords came out again. So it's to me, that's like obviously meaningful of something here. So we're going to have to figure out what this Nine of Swords means, because this is the deck that you can understand what it's saying within the card. It makes a lot more sense because you could just see it. Up at night stressing, right? And it's not necessarily, again, that you're up at night stressing. Like it may not manifest in that way for you, although it could, but it may not. It may manifest in a way of just saying, basically, this is something that you're very much preoccupied with and stressing on a lot. So, wow. Okay, well, that's good. I mean, okay. I would say this, if there is not somebody in your life, you said there's only one person that stresses you out. So I would say if we're talking about somebody you know, this is that person, and this is a person that you've had a past with. It could have been stable in the past, and you're wanting to get back to that point, and you're hoping that you can like actually make that happen. That's if you know them. I would say if that person, it's not that person, like, no, I've never had a past with them, and the person I'm thinking of that's really stresses me out, no, it's not them. Like that doesn't describe them at all in my life. Well, then I would say it's a person that you don't know, because on top of all of this, it's talking about basically, well, first of all, you have this over, like you're thinking about it a lot, and it's just kind of like, in a way, it kind of is getting in the way of it happening, because it's kind of like over focused on it, and maybe you'll miss it, or maybe it just like it'll try to be forced and it won't work. You know what I mean? Like maybe just let it happen. And obviously it's hard to do that because you want it to happen, and you're just kind of like, okay, how can I make this happen? But really, you kind of have to let go of that control, because that's when it's going to happen. Believe it or not, I don't know why, but it works like that a lot. So, but this, we're seeing stability here, but it seems like it's after a long time, like not necessarily a long time, but it's a this point here is, I'm sorry, this point here is a this person is standing there, and they're in this state of thinking about how everything has come to be what it is. So it's like over time, it's not just like this person's thinking about right now, they're thinking about the past and how everything has, every event has played out to what he is at this point. So it's basically just saying, you've like this person and you're thinking about your guys' relationship, and you're going like, okay, and you're like, wow, like look how far we've come, and look how far we've come. 10 of Pentacles. That is like complete stability. That's like, it's not exactly emotional. Like I was going to say it's what everyone wants, but I mean, everyone wants to be happy. And so that includes emotions, right? So this is just talking about, though, you guys have structure, you have commitment, relationship, family, like is together, like, in this card, family's together, the kid and the couple there in their house and the garden, they have what they need. Things are good. Like things are structured and stable mostly, and it's not really emotional, though. It's just talking about the stability of the whole situation. So it's good, and it's basically you're thinking about like how far we've come after all this, like we've actually created this, and you're like happy about it, you're proud of it, of your guys's relationship. So if the person that you're thinking about that kind of bothers you is the only person that really bothers you and stresses you out, the whole situation, I wouldn't even say that this person is a person that stresses you out, though. So it could be somebody else. I mean, I don't think it's somebody that stresses you out necessarily. It's just the situation stresses you out, like about like you getting, married and having husband, like maybe like, I feel like that's what we're talking about with the stress. Not exactly the person stresses you out. So I mean, it could be kind of different than what you're thinking, like it's the person. But if we're talking about that person and you feel like, no, I've never had a past, like this wouldn't even make sense for them, then it's somebody you don't know. But to me, I feel like, with it saying like you're thinking about how you guys have come all this way, and like how, you're thinking about like, wow, we've really done this, and like it's been like all the things we've been through, and like I can't believe we're actually here doing that. Like I feel like it is somebody from the past. It kind of seems like you can't believe that, how could, you guys even have come this far after things went so sour, or like, things just like didn't seem like they were going to work out, whatever it is. Either way, what we're seeing here is that energy within that relationship that you end up being committed with, this person. Maybe even, it's kind of, traditionally we would think that this means a husband, right? So I guess you could look at it that way, but I don't want to say for sure it is, because it might not be. It might not be. You might decide not to get married for whatever reason. So, but we are talking about a serious relationship, a commitment, somebody you love, and somebody that you're in a relationship with long term, committed. So, I mean, I feel like honestly it can go either way. I feel like you would know better than I do, because you know your life and like which scenario would make more sense for the people in your life. But so whatever it kind of sounds like to you, obviously, but to me it kind of feels like it is. To me it kind of feels like, fuck, I don't know, it could be either way, because I don't know all the people and everything that's happened. But to me it's kind of like, to me more so I would say it is a person just because. But if it is a person then I would say it's a person but you've come a long way, because you guys have gone sour, or things weren't working out and you just didn't think they could. but then you work on them and then they do. And so that's the whole like we've come so far thing, you know. But if it is somebody new, then it would just be like you can't even like, wow, you're just so happy about like you've come so far, like you can't believe you're in this relationship, everything's going well, and wow, like this is just better for my life and I'm happy with it, you know, I'm proud of it. So it's really cool. I mean, you will eventually have a serious relationship, that's what we do know. But you know, I feel like you are better to answer that question, you know, whether or not you know them. Regarding all the information that I've given you here, hopefully you're able to come to that conclusion. Let me know if you have any other questions about it. I'll definitely look at that for you. So let me know, okay? What is that what are you thinking about that? You think you kind of get it? You got what it's putting down? You picking up what it's putting down? Or nah? I don't know if you guys can hear me, but my iPad just died, and that's what I was using for the video, so I'm just turning that back on right now. It turned on already, so no worries. But yeah, I was into that reading, so I was like, I know I need to charge this and put it on the charger, but it said 10%. I thought I was good, so I guess I wasn't. But we're gonna be back on right now, so please don't worry. I'm still here. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm pretty sure you probably can though. But this has happened before, so kind of know how it works usually. Hello. Just trying to get this thing going again, so that's why. Oh my goodness. Okay. Just hang on. It's gonna make me sign in really quick. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's 2. Oh.
Oh. Forgot about that part. It's 2:35 a.m. Yeah, it is. It's pretty late for me, for sure. Because now it's like the middle of the day for you, huh, Samuel? Because when it's like, it was like 4 or 6 or something, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning for you, I was like surprised by that. Like, what? That's crazy. Yeah, I don't even know if like my neighbors can hear me right now. Hopefully not, because that's embarrassing if they can. Like, what are you doing up so late? Okay, so all right, so we got to add a couple more people on this list. Or maybe it's just Samuel. It's been an hour and 50 minutes, an hour and 49 minutes. Okay, so saw him twice since Valentine's Day, and he actually talked to me. I believe it is Tim. Okay, well, I'm glad you kind of feel like you know what's going on in the situation with Lisa. That's good. Alicia. And then Kara. Andrea. I almost missed you. Misha. Yeah, sorry about that, you guys. I know it's kind of does take some patience, and not everyone does get picked. But the thing is, like, there's a lot of people out there who want a reading, and I'm trying to offer it to you guys free. There is an option for free. That's why you guys are like waiting still. So just sorry about that. It's just the best I could do right now because I can't give them to everybody. That would be a lot of fucking people. That would take a lot of time, and that would take a lot of energy. You know what I mean? So this wheel thing seems to work. But for those of you who are returning and who haven't gotten a reading yet, thanks for sticking in there with me. I appreciate it. And, at some point you will get a reading. I'm sure of it. And for those of you who are like, I don't even want to wait, this is fucking too much, you can donate. That's an option. That's in the description, all the information for that. So, yeah, just check that out. If you really, really need a reading right now, you can do that. If not, then let's do this with the wheel. All right. I don't know if she's here anymore, but Siona, are you still here with us? Definitely, definitely, definitely. Oops, sorry about that. That's not what I meant to put. That one. Yeah, I added you, Alicia. No worries. I went back and checked for the people that I needed to, that were new, that I didn't have on the list yet, and I added quite a, well, about 3 of them, I think. And you were one of them. So you, here, I'll show you guys who's on the list right now. We have 11 people here. I have 16. Not too bad. Not too bad. Usually it's like way off, you know, but, well, not always, but, you know, sometimes it is. And right now we're good. So let's see. I'm going to show you the list really quick. If you don't see your name, let me know. Can you see that? Or no? Here, hang on a second. Okay. Let me know if you can see this a little bit better now. Can you guys see that or no? Or no? I guess that's the last one. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully you can. Should I just read them off? You got it? Okay, cool. Cool. Wow, that's a first. Usually it's like not even happening at all, but so Siona's not here. We're gonna move forward, okay, you guys? Wait, let's see. Orion, Beth's Life. I will add you guys. Anyone else new come on? I think that's about it. I think those are the two. Orion and Beth's Life, right? Okay, so I did add you guys. Now let's do this. I'm just shuffling the list a little bit. It lets you like shuffle. Okay. Is Lee still here? Lee, I haven't seen you in a while. Are you still here? Oh, wow. You are. Nice. Okay. Who's coming towards me in love? Okay. Who's coming towards you? If anybody at all, right? Because we don't know for sure if somebody is right now. But your next relationship is what you want to know, right? Like, even if it's not right now, you want to know, like, what's the next thing coming for me, right? Just want to make that clear because I can look at like this year, but it may say nothing. You know, do you just want to know like the next person, the next relationship you get into kind of situation? Maybe we can get a time frame with that. Okay, let's see. Next relationship, what are we thinking, or what are we seeing happening here? What are we seeing happening here? Oh. Okay. So your judgment is a bit clouded here. And we'll figure out why, you know, if we can. But the thing is, right here, we see I think it's probably because, you know, you're closed off a bit. Like maybe you're unapproachable, or you're just not really putting yourself out there, or like you're not like, you know, maybe people are asking you out and you're just not feeling it. So you're just kind of like, no. You know, this card is not giving or taking any offers. See the cloud, the hand that's, you know, giving you this cup here, and you're kind of just like, no, like unresponsive. Like I'm not even engaging at all. And I'm not taking, I'm not giving, you know, I'm not giving and I'm not receiving. You're just not interested. So it's kind of closed off, you know, and maybe people think that you're unapproachable or something like that. If you feel like you're putting yourself out there, then that's how other people are perceiving it, is like, no, like basically you're not putting yourself out there because people aren't seeing it that way. So it's like there's something else that you got to do to put yourself out there, I guess, you know. Don't do anything crazy. But it seems like, you know, there's a closed offness to you. And then we have the moon. So this is Pisces. It could also just be talking about confusion. You know, you're having this like, maybe you need to like find yourself, or you feel a bit lost or something in the way your direction is going in life. And basically it's, you know, it's kind of like a little confused about, you know, what's to come, what's next, and what do I do? You know, where am I going and what am I about right now? Like you just are kind of like, it's clouded, you know. And this is saying to use your better judgment, because it's probably, you know, it's likely that when your judgment's clouded, we're not going to be making the best decisions or doing what's best for us. So whatever that means, I just don't have enough information to feel like I can really tell you what it means. I can guess, but I don't want to do that. So let's see what else the cards say. Let's see what else. What's the Four of Swords here for? I mean, sorry, the Four of Cups. I keep saying the Four of Swords, Four of Pentacles. Okay, Four of Cups. What is it here for? Why is the Knight of Wands here for? Because I feel like this is your energy, like trying to... Well, wait, okay. You're closed off, yet working very hard on trying to have a relationship, yet not committed. No, yeah, clouded for sure, confused. Use your better judgment. Do what you think is right for you. Like right now, I don't know why you want a relationship, because it kind of seems like at the same time you don't. You know what I mean? Because you're closed off. Maybe you don't even consciously really realize that that's what you're doing. It's kind of like keeping your distance from people. Because I mean, obviously, consciously, you kind of want a relationship. I'm guessing that's why you're asking this question, right? So it's like you're closed off. So it seems like you don't want one, but maybe you feel like you do. But the things you're doing are making you seem closed off to others. And maybe you're kind of closing yourself off to others a bit for whatever reason. Not to say that you're wrong to do that. I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's your life. Maybe you have your reasons, you know? But it seems to me that, you know, maybe this is something you're not even really consciously aware that you're doing. Like, you know, that you're kind of keeping your distance from people, and that's causing people to think that you don't really want to be approached, you know, or bothered, you know? And then we see this like working very hard, like fingers to the bone. Like this could be a new project you're working on, or a new hobby or something that you're very involved in. But basically in this situation, I feel like we're talking about like you working very hard at like trying to get a relationship, or trying to like, not that you're just dating anyone, but you're just like very focused on that. You know, it's like a big thing for you right now. Like you really like are working hard at that, like maybe trying to make yourself look better, feel better, you know, do different things, get readings, whatever it is. I feel like that's something that you're really working on right now. Like you'd really like to see happen, and you're doing what you can to make that happen. Basically, you're focused on it a lot. But then we have this card here of like somebody who's not committed. do you get into relationships and you get very like, in the beginning it's really passionate and everything, but then you kind of like get over it after a while? Like it's kind of like you just kind of get bored or something? Or is that not you at all? Is that people you attract? Because this card is, it's not a person who's committed, it's not a person who wants a relationship, really. I mean, it's a person who goes and they meet people and they have fun, and it's really fun, it's really great, it's really passionate and exciting, and maybe even some promises are made and they're not kept because the person gets bored and they end up kind of, he's on this horse, he's coming in, he's going fast, and it's just like he comes in and he leaves just as quick, you know what I mean? Like he's on to the next thing, and it's just he gets over things, not to be a dick. Sometimes it is a straight player, the Knight of Wands, it could be a straight player, but I mean sometimes it's just that person who's just can't tie him down because they're gone already. And it's, you said you like someone, but I'm open for love because he's not making any move. So that could be because maybe he's not trying to be in a relationship. I mean, is he a fire sign? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius? Because that's what the wands are. So it's likely he could be fire. But if not, then we're just talking about a person who's not really committed. Maybe that's why they're not making a, move towards you. But it also might be because they don't think that you want them to. They don't think that you really want a relationship. Maybe they're perceiving you in this way. Maybe they're perceiving you in the way of like you're that person who does not want to be in a serious relationship. You like to have fun, so they don't want to ruin it by doing that, maybe, He's Virgo. Okay, so you would think that a Virgo would be about relationships, like not like all like, but not necessarily the case. Some Virgos can be, but we're not generalizing here. It's just saying basically like you need to use your better judgment. I feel like the main thing it's trying to say is that you're coming off in a certain way to people that is not what you're trying to come off as, like yourself. So basically, it's saying use your better judgment because you have it a little bit backwards here. You have it a little confused. You think that it's a certain way, and what you want is not what it seems. Other people aren't picking that up. So you're working really hard on this, like very hard about trying to like come off a certain way or be a certain way. Like maybe you didn't even think about, coming off a certain way, but you're thinking about like certain things and you're wanting certain things, you're working towards them and maybe trying to better yourself to get these things and maybe, have a better chance with certain people or whatever it is. But you're kind of like getting it wrong here because, I mean, I guess there's no way to really do it wrong. But what I mean is you're kind of getting it confused. Like you think that you're trying to do something, but people don't even catch it. They think that you're trying to do something else. So they're not even approaching you in the way that you're kind of wanting them to because they don't know that you want this. You kind of have to be more open, more honest, more like straightforward, not so vague. You know what I mean? Don't leave it up to the imagination for people always because they won't get it sometimes. You're going to be wasting a lot of time like just thinking people don't like you. I feel like that's not true. I feel like there's people around you that want to offer you something, but you're not taking it or you're not seeing it, or maybe you just don't like these certain people who have offered you something. But it seems like you're kind of like showing that you're not really interested or you don't want people to bother you. You kind of want people to kind of like fuck off or something. That's what I feel like they think. So that could be why you're not seeing any love coming in right now, because you need to like reevaluate your expression. I feel like you're coming off kind of like you don't want anyone to bother you. Like you're kind of focused on like having a good time and just not being too serious about anything, which is interesting because excuse me. I love the cards because it gives us a lot of information that we didn't even really ask for, right? But I feel like it's still helpful to you. Like you're wanting to know what's coming towards you in love, and it's pretty much saying nothing if you don't like, I'm not telling you to change yourself, but like basically if you don't realize that you're coming off like you're unavailable or that you don't want to be available to anybody, like you want people to kind of not approach you, you know what I mean? Like no one's going to come towards you. So it's kind of like it told us what we need to know. And that's basically that no one's coming towards you because people don't think that you want them to. Or, they're getting the vibe that like you're unapproachable right now. You're just focused on fun, or you just want something lighthearted, or you just don't want people to like bother you too much or be all up in your business or like kind of like try to be with you. You just want fun and, I'm doing my thing, don't bother me kind of energy. So that's very interesting. I like that. That told us what we need to know though, pretty much, even though we're not seeing certain people coming your way, it's kind of showing you what's happening, Interesting. You know what I would do if I were you is I would ask a really good friend that you have, close friend, that you know is going to be honest with you about shit. Not somebody, oh yeah, you look good, when you know you don't look good and they're just lying. No, I'm talking about that friend that's like, girl, okay, look. And it's just they tell you exactly what the fuck it is. And ask them, say, am I coming off like, do you think people think I'm unapproachable or something? Or like, why? Like, do you think, just maybe show them what I'm the reading and see if they agree, see if they can critique it or if they could get certain things out of it, maybe not other things, or if they completely agree. I mean, that might be helpful to get somebody else's opinion on how you're coming off, like a close friend, somebody will be honest with you. Because then you can kind of see it from their eyes too and maybe kind of understand a little bit, what you're doing and that you didn't realize, that you don't realize now, Okay. I love it I like when it gives it a lot of information that like, I mean, yeah, we didn't ask for that information, but it's like helpful because it's like, how else would you have known that? I feel like, it's kind of going, okay, let's redirect. This is really what you want to know. It's like, oh, okay. Thanks. Like, okay. It is kind of important though in this situation. I feel like that is what you need to know. So that's cool. It gave us the answer that we needed. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. Ready? Let's go again. I'm going to shuffle a little bit, and then we're going to pick again. Okay. Almost done, almost done, almost done. There we go. Preeti. Are you here with us still? I haven't seen you in a while, but hopefully you're here. Don't change who you are, hun, but just, maybe the way that you're coming off, right? Maybe the way that you just seem kind of closed off a bit, And maybe, that person you like, make a move toward him, don't be afraid. Just be like, look, I like you. Some people like that when the woman initiates. Some people don't, but I feel like if somebody's threatened by that, that's because they aren't really a man. No, I'm kidding. Sometimes we can come on a bit strong, but I don't know. I think maybe you should just approach them. And then that way they'll really know, because it seems like, people just think that you don't want them to do that. So wouldn't that be interesting? Wouldn't that be a twist if you went up to them and asked them out? Then they're like, okay, I was wrong. They like me. They want something. Because I was thinking you were like, oh, get away from me. Like, leave me alone. Kind of like I'm doing my own thing right now. Like, don't be all like up in your emotions around me. I can't handle it or something, but that would be a twist. They're like, wow, was I seeing you wrong? Or was, what was happening there? You should ask them out. That's what I'd do. That's what I'd do. I mean, straight up, if you like him, don't wait. Just do it. What's he going to say? No? Like, I mean, he could, but why would he? Okay, we're going to spin again because they're not here. Okay. Alicia. Is Alicia here? And you guys that, I know you guys are waiting. You will see too, at some point when one of these people that aren't here right now, when they come back and they're like, I'm here, and then I don't go back to them, some people think that's kind of messed up. But the thing is, like, I'm doing that because of you guys who are here right now, who have been waiting. That's not fair, right? Because you're here waiting, and when your name gets called, you will be here and you're like ready, and that's not fair if these people aren't here and then I would just give them the reading anyway. It's kind of like defeating the purpose. It's kind of like, like, why are you here waiting if you can just, you know what I mean? So just know that in the future, if it ever seems harsh, that's why I'm doing that. because of you guys. But not in a bad way because of you guys, but because you guys are being patient and waiting. Okay, I'm going to move on, okay? I was hoping it would pick you too, Muskan, but we got Bethany. Alicia. See, the thing is, usually when the way I do this is this. If I wouldn't have spun the wheel already, then I would have just gone with you, Alicia. But the thing is, like, I spun the wheel, so it's kind of like we move forward. I can add you again to the wheel, but I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why that happened. But I bet you it'll pick you again because it always does that. I'm telling you, it always does that. Like, it'll pick somebody it already picked who wasn't here for some reason. Because I'm telling you, that's the thing I was gonna say too, is that, like, for those of you who don't get picked today and you're like thinking like, shit, like I really needed a reading. I feel like that happens because the wheel is kind of trying to say, like, you think you need a reading really bad, like you can't give yourself guidance right now. But you can. Like, you need to listen to yourself more than get it from other people. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's why. I mean, maybe it's not, but to me, like, that's kind of like you didn't really need the reading as much as you think you did. Like, you can kind of figure it out within your own self, So, hermit mode it, right? Think about these things. Okay. Bethany. Alicia, I added you back to the list, okay? Sorry about that. That's kind of the whole thing, though. You gotta be here. But seriously, stick around. I'm telling you, it's probably gonna pick you again. I don't know why that happens every single time. It literally does with people. Okay, where is my connection with Gemini headed? Good question. Very clear. Ah! I'm sorry, you know what? I was thinking about something else when I pulled this. I wasn't even thinking about you. I'm sorry. I was like sidetracked. Ah! So tell me about her and this Gemini person. Where are they going in their connection? Where are they headed? What can we expect in the future? What's happening? Where is this going? Where's the connection between them going? What's between them, the energy between them as we head toward the future together? Oh. Huh. 3 of Cups. Okay. Okay. First of all, is there a fire sign involved in the situation? Like, are you fire? I mean, and if there's any thought of any third possible person, are they a fire sign? That'd be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Because I'm telling you, I'm asking that because I'm getting a fire sign person. But I'm not only getting a fire sign person, which would be Aries, Leo, Sag. I'm getting this person after we get the Three of Cups. And to me, that's not always a third party, but there's a situation here where you feel stuck, like your hands are tied, like you just basically can't get out of the situation. You feel stuck for some reason, whether it be because of the person, like you feel stuck with them, or you feel stuck in your current situation. Maybe you can't progress with this person because of that, and you feel stuck in that way. But basically, it's saying you feel like you're stuck in a situation. And but the thing about the Eight of Swords is you're not really stuck. It's the swords, so it's air. You know, it's mental energy. It's in your head because you could see the swords are in the ground around her, and you know, and okay, so she thinks that she's stuck because she has her hands tied literally. She has a blindfold on, and these swords around her are sticking in the ground, but her ankles aren't tied. She can actually just walk away. She just doesn't understand that or see that. You know, she doesn't feel like that's the case because the blindfold and everything. And you know, it seems like her hands are tied. She must be stuck in these swords, but she doesn't know that she can just walk away, and the swords aren't going to do anything to stop her. So, what it is it's in your head. It is real to you, but it's in your head and you can get out of it. So when that happens, when you start to feel stuck, whenever that happens, if it's already happening, just know that you can get out of it, okay? Keep that in mind. I feel like it's something that kind of, it's not the first time. If it hasn't even happened yet, then it's something that will probably happen a few times in the future. Like it's something that kind of just keeps coming back around. You feel stuck, you feel out of it and better. Then you feel stuck again, then you feel out of it and better, and then you feel stuck again. It's something that like keeps happening. Like as the world, you know, as time goes on, it's just something that kind of circulate comes back and just keeps kind of putting you in this situation where you feel stuck. And then we have the Three of Cups and the King of Wands. And to me, it kind of seems like a cycle of somebody like cheating, and maybe like you're feeling like, okay, you know, it's not what it was, or like we can get back together, make it work. And then it's like you keep feeling stuck in that. And here, when I first pulled this, I was thinking, okay, this person, you are basically either taking care of them or they're taking care of you in some way. Like it's imbalanced. Like they, like whatever they're giving, like whoever it is, if you're giving them, you said yes, we go in circles. So either if it's you who's giving them, like I don't know, whatever resources, money, shelter, you know, attention, or you know, help with something, whatever it is, like if you're giving a lot to them and you feel like they're not giving to you, then this would obviously be talking about you giving to them. And that's what I felt like it was when I first pulled it, because it kind of seemed like to me, if they're the one who is like, if they're the one who's like basically cheating, or you know, there's this third person, or they're, you know, whatever this is, then I would feel like you're the one giving to them, and it's kind of like, you know, because you're the one feeling stuck, right? So it's like, I just feel like, you know, you're the one giving to them. It could be that they're giving to you, but I feel like it's you giving to them because I feel like they're kind of like taking what they can out of the situation, and that's why it's like they're not trying to just like be with this third person because they could still get something out of it. You know what I mean? Like if you have this vibe at all in this situation, here's what you can expect. I mean, if you don't get this vibe at all, be surprised. I feel like you kind of already probably know that the person is kind of, you've had feelings before, like, okay, maybe they're kind of using me, or maybe they're kind of like, they're benefiting more than I'm benefiting from this. Like they don't have much to offer me, or they're kind of putting me through a lot of shit right now, and I kind of feel like I'm worth more, not worth more, but you know, maybe you do feel that way. It kind of seems the case. I mean, shit. But you said yes, it's me giving. Yeah. And so I mean, usually in that situation people don't think like, yeah, shit, they should, you know, they think like bad about themselves kind of. But like, you know, if you are thinking you are worth more, then that's good, because then it kind of leads you into not feeling so stuck, right? But yeah, I mean, there's an imbalance, and it kind of just feels like a thing that keeps happening. It feels like a perpetuating, like until you basically remove yourself, because you can, like you have that power. And it just seems like that's where it's headed, you know, that's where it's gonna be. And of course, you know, with this repeating itself, it's kind of like the same, it's kind of like something that is, it's going to continue to be as long as it can. And remember though, you're not stuck, you just feel like you are. And so that's real to you, but you really can just walk away. You really can. And you're not going to get hurt. I mean, you may feel hurt, but you're not going to, like, you'll be okay. You know what I mean? Even if it sucks at first, like, you'll be okay, you know? But you're the only one who can really walk away, you know? Because he can, but why would he? You know what I mean? He has benefits right now. It's worth it to him. But is it worth it to him to where he's going to like step up and like there's not going to be any other people involved and he's going to be all about you and give you what you give him? I wouldn't count on it. But you know, it's pretty clear that it is what it is and it's probably not going to change. You know what I mean? So if you feel guilty, just think about it like this, you know, you feel guilty for like up and leaving him, you think, well, really it's kind of like it's your life. If you're not happy with the person, if you feel stuck and it's not changing, you keep having the same situation happen again and again, you go in circles. It's kind of like, okay, so when are we going to stop going in circles? You know, like I like you, I feel guilty. So like, okay, let's try to make this work. The thing that you're seeing though happen is that he's not doing what he needs to do. He's not giving what you need in return, you know, and he's not stepping up, you know, the way that he could be. It's kind of like he can improve the situation with just a few things. You know, you're definitely giving of yourself with no problem, you know, and it's like if he can't do that, well then that's kind of the thing that is, you know, the problem. It's kind of like, you know, what do you can't really do anything about that. That's on him. So really there's not much to feel guilty about because he could have done something about it, you know, or he still can. But if he's not going to, then, you know, it's not your fault. He tries, he's just useless. Oh my god. I thought it said careless at first, but I'm just looking at it now. Useless. You think he's useless? Oh my goodness. Well, fuck. Maybe you should like hear yourself. Maybe you should take your advice then. And you know, it's kind of like you already know that. It's kind of like you already know that this isn't. You know, he's useless. It's kind of like what's there to feel guilty about then? That's fucked up, huh? No, I mean seriously though, it's like those are your words, not mine. So you said it. You said it best. I wouldn't say useless, but shit. No, but you know your situation better than I do. I mean, good luck. I mean, hopefully, you know, that sucks to feel guilty though, because yeah, that could keep you stuck for a while. But it seems like you kind of already see it for what, you know, you already think it is and what it's going to be. I mean, people can change, but it's like, how many times has this happened again and again where you guys go in circles and stuff? How many times has that happened? Because it can continue for a lifetime if it wants to, you know? It's not like, you know, something's gonna fall out of the sky and just be like, make it change. Like he's gonna have to, you know, prove to you that basically he's not useless. And good fucking luck, dude, because she already thinks you're useless. Kind of seems like you already know like what you need to do, but you feel guilty. So yeah, that can be a bitch. That can be a bitch. It's your life though. You only live once, remember that. It's like if it's not working, it's not working. I mean, I don't know. I know it's not that simple, but it really isn't. But it can be. It probably seems like it is for everyone else but you because you're in it, you know? Just saying. Just saying. Okay. Do we have anybody else that came? I don't think we did, but I'm just gonna check really quick to make sure. Then I'll spin again. Yeah, okay, we're good. Okay. Woo! Beth's life. Beth's life. Are you here still? That's funny, Beth and Bethany. Love reading, please. Is R romantically interested in me? Should I give benefit of the doubt? He's Libra sign and I'm Cancer, star sign, Aquarius moon, and Leo rising. Okay. Thank you for all that information. Very helpful. Nice. Okay. So, Libra. Okay. They can be tough, especially the men. They can be difficult because it's like, I don't know. That's a long story we can get into, but the women, I feel like Libra women are a lot more easy to understand than the Libra men, at least in my experience. So, it's kind of like, okay, are you about relationships or not? With the Libra woman, it's like it's obvious they can just tell you if they are. They don't really. I mean, I'm sure some of them play games and stuff, but I feel like a lot of Libra women are into relationships, whereas Libra men, I don't see it as much. Like they can be, but like at the same time, they can be like game players, I feel like, and if not game players, just kind of like, and this is totally generalizing Libra, like it's totally not even probably, like you can't just say this about all Libras. It's just like literally, if we're not looking at anything else in the chart, we're just talking about Libra, which is, you can't do that because everybody has their planets and their aspects and their different signs. So when I'm generalizing, it's really like if there was a person that was just a Libra, which there isn't because everyone has their different. So it's really not very useful. So I shouldn't be doing that. So I'm going to stop doing that. Generalizing is not good because, So let's see. Make sure I have this right. Okay. Romantically, should I give him the benefit of the doubt? So you're saying, should I give him the benefit of the doubt because he's already kind of like, you're not sure how he feels because he's not being. You're a Cancer. Oh, no. Okay. Aquarius moon, Leo rising, that can help. I'm saying, oh, no, because Cancers are very sensitive. They want relationships. I mean, I'm generalizing again, but, my Venus is in Cancer. So it's like, I know that shit about love is difficult, and like he's a Libra. It's like, fuck. Okay, let's see. It's just like, damn, I don't. But then you have your moon and your rising. Those could help, the Cancer to be more like, not as like, vulnerable, I guess you could say. Is what I'm trying to say. So let's see about his feelings. What is this Libra person feeling about Beth right now? What is this Libra person feeling about Beth right now? What do we need to know? What can you tell us about how he feels about her right now? What does she need to know about her next steps regarding him? Four Swords. Put it to rest for now, at least. When I see the Four Swords, I always think it's a break. It's not a permanent ending, but it's a break. Okay, in this camera, I can see it so well, and in this one, it's just way too bright. Let me turn this down a little bit. One moment, please. Okay. Okay, let's see if this is any better. Can you see that better? Oops. I'm going to take this off there really quick. There you go. Hi, Felix. I don't know. You can't really tell what it's saying anyway in this card, in this deck. But it's saying, you know, it's like a resting period. So to me, I look at that as like a break, like temporarily, like not necessarily permanent. Although it could end up being permanent, you never know. But I mean, it's just saying basically like put a rest on it for now. Like just take it easy for now. Take a step back, just chill out on it for now, is how I'm seeing that. Let's see what else. Like just, you know, maybe they just need a little to miss you a little bit. Maybe then that'll give them the little like, oh wait, okay, wait. She has better things to do. Oh, maybe I should show some effort, and you know, maybe she is kind of worth my time. I don't know why it works like that sometimes. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying like, you know, it's an option. Maybe it will. Maybe that's why it's telling you to take a break. Also to give yourself a break. Hey, leave her alone. Sorry, my cat's fucking with my other cat. Leave her alone. Hi, Felix. This is Felix. We got 2 black and white. Stop looking at her like that. No. No. My other cat is over there sleeping, and he just goes up to her and starts bapping her. She's like, what the hell, man? All right, so tell us what else we need to know about this person's feelings for her and what she needs to do, or what would be for her highest good, what would be best to do. Knight of Swords, 9 of Cups. Hi. Yeah, and then your card, Cancer. Beautiful, beautiful. This is exactly what you need to see. Okay, ready? I'll explain it like this. This King of Swords, oh wait, I'm sorry. Knight of Swords. I thought it was King of Swords, like be very straight up honest, just cold about it, just be like facts, okay? I deserve better, you know? But no. It's saying very quickly. Oh, let me confirm this. Hang on a second. So what is the 9 of Cups representing then? What's coming in very quickly for her? What's coming in that's ideal that she wants? What's happening? What is this representing? Shit. I wonder if it's going to play out exactly what I just said, like the whole fucking giving it a break thing. Hey! Sorry, he just took her spot. Oh, sorry. My goodness. Sorry, I didn't mean to like hit you. I just was trying to throw it your way. Okay, so but it's saying pretty much like very soon, like kind of like just out of nowhere, abruptly with like force, like something that kind of just like happens all of a sudden, you didn't see it coming, and it's like with force, like nothing can stop it. It's coming in, right, headed right towards you, okay? After this break, right, you take a step back and give it a couple days, you know, don't talk to him, don't seem engaged, like just kind of leave it alone for a second, right? Something very quickly happens, and what that is, this guy, you can see it better back here. This guy, he has 9 cups filled to the brim, pretty much everything he wants and needs, right? So it's saying like something is gonna come in, and it's gonna be something that's ideal for what you're wanting. Like, and I don't know if that means it's him coming in, like in what you want with him, or if it's just something else that comes in that's really good and it's something you want, something you like. Even sometimes people look at this as like a genie, so it's like kind of like you were wishing for it and it came true. Kind of like, be careful what you wish for though, wish coming true kind of thing. Either way, it's something really that you really want and that you're really happy with. So it's something that comes in, and I don't know if that's talking about like with him, or if it's talking about like just something else, you know? But it's showing your card after that. So if this isn't talking about you as a Cancer, it's talking about you moving in a direction of more stability, Ace of Pentacles. So it's not really emotional. It's not really talking about a relationship. It could be talking about a commitment, maybe. But to me, I feel like more, I don't know. I don't want to say it. To me, like, I'm jaded. I don't want to give you false hope and just say like it's talking about like he's going to come forward and offer you a commitment, exactly what you want in a relationship. Because I just don't want to say that. I don't want to like give you that information, like, because I don't know if that's what it is. It just seems like something good. I don't know if it's about him. And actually, I'm going to pull a couple more cards just to see if we can kind of give some more information, because I don't really want to leave you with that whole I don't know thing, because I don't know. I mean, I'm just being honest. I don't want to be like telling you like he's going to come in and do everything you want, but something's going to come in and it's going to be exactly what you want, whether that be love or, maybe even something like a job, money, some kind of thing that makes you feel more stable and secure. That's for sure. Yeah, we got a lot of, it's talking about money stability here. It's talking about you making a decision, probably feeling like you don't really have that power to make that decision though, but you do, because this girl too has her blindfold on, and it's two of swords. So it's like there's a decision being made, but actually it's not necessarily that there is. You might not make a decision because you have a blindfold on. You don't see these two swords in your hands are gonna fuck some shit up and rearrange somebody's face if just with one slash. So you don't know the power you have within your own life. It's kind of like you're acting like a Libra in this situation, because Libras are very indecisive and they're very like it's hard for them to make a decision. That's what I'm seeing with this, and this is air too, so even more so. It feels like Libra energy, like you're just like not even like you don't even know that you have the ability to like do what you really want if you just do it. You know what I mean? Like you don't know that like your decisions, whatever decision you make, is going to change everything. You think that like you don't really have much of an effect on the whole situation, so you might not ever make a decision or come to that decision to like take action in a certain way. But I do see you taking action, because the Chariot here, maybe it's just talking about you're thinking about taking action, but no, I feel like it is you taking action. A decide, like, after much thought, because it's not just frivolous, or it's not just like careless. It's, you decide which way should I go. Okay, I'm going to go this way, and it leads toward, it leads you to stability and, security of some sort. So I feel like you're taking action and it's going well. And then we have you like not taking, or not sure about how to take action, not sure you need to take an action, but we still have 10 of Pentacles afterwards. So I feel like even if you don't make an action, like maybe this is talking about he doesn't know how to, but I still feel like you're going to have a lot of stability in this situation. Like maybe he's going to miss out on some things. Like take a step back. I'm telling you, you'll see things kind of change, right before your eyes. And again, very abrupt, out of nowhere, and with force. It's kind of like you can't even put a stop to it. Like things are just going to start happening, which is kind of cool. I mean, like that's like, I don't know. To me, like I don't want to just tell you that, but like really that's what I'm seeing. Like it's kind of better for you, like whether or not he realizes that or not. You know what I mean? You'll be good, and that's cool. That's good, because yeah, it kind of sucks when somebody's not like reciprocating or like giving us like what we like. They're just kind of being confusing and vague. But the thing is, like, it's gonna be good for you. It's gonna be better for you, but only if you take a step back. Like if you keep trying to do exactly what you've been trying to do, I don't see that. It can't happen that way. But if you take a step back, that's the first step. You know what I mean? Maybe you'll even get over it and kind of realize you need to like focus on other shit. I mean, you never know, but because you haven't done it yet, right? But take that step back. I challenge you to take the step back and let me know in the next couple days. Let me know if anything's changed for you, because I bet you it will. It's gonna have it. It kind of seems like it's going to happen without you really seeing it coming, and it's just kind of like it just happens. Shit just gets better, more secure. Hopefully that means he's gonna be, I hope for you that he does offer you some kind of commitment and realize like, oh fuck, she's gonna go. I better not let her go. I better step up. But he may not. So just be aware of that. Be ready for that. He might not. I'm not saying he will, but what I do know is that things are going to be okay for you, because you're going to have a lot of like shit kind of coming your way, stability wise, whether that be money, opportunities for employment, like jobs, things that'll make you feel more secure, and stable, which is like definitely what Cancer needs. Cancer is all about security and stability and feeling safe. And that's exactly what that is the stability and the security. That's what you need. So it's kind of like, in a way, it's kind of like you don't even need this person. That's what you're probably going to see, when you have all the stability wherever it comes from. You're going to be seeing that like, okay, I'm kind of wasting my time on this fool. Like, at least that's how I hope it happens. I hope that you see that, because fuck somebody who can't make up their mind. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, see ya then. I have a life to live. So you're like, I gotta make shit happen for myself, and you're not gonna make a decision. Well, I guess I'll make it for myself then. And then the universe responded, like, yes, you did the right thing. You're going in the right direction. No problem. You're welcome. Like, it's gonna work out for you. Don't worry. Don't you worry. I guess that goes for everybody. It's just you kind of have to believe in yourself that like it's gonna be okay. Like, be positive, see the good in things. Like, yeah, I really don't need that motherfucker. But like, I don't know. Everyone's different. It's kind of harder for some people than others. But it seems to me like you guys, you don't have that strong attachment yet to where you're like gonna like die if you don't have them and shit. So I mean, you're better off than people who have an attachment and really feel like fuck, they're gonna not be able to do it. I mean, they still will be able to do it, but it really does take belief in yourself. Like right now, I feel like it's kind of just not as hard for you to like just take that step back, you know? So that's good. Yeah, for some people, it's not even possible. You know, some people never do it. So, yeah, they really do. They really do. I mean, sometimes, you know, most of the time, though. But sometimes, most of the time. Most of the time. But not always. Red, what it? Are you still here? I haven't seen you in a while, but oh, okay. Are you sure? Well, I have done 10 people, so maybe I should just go. Is that what you want? I'm just kidding. I'm good, don't trip. If I wasn't, I would let you know. I can't do this and lie and be like, I'm good and not be good. You'd be able to tell. Happy? No, but I am getting to that point, so let's do one more. We haven't been going that long. Usually I go a lot longer than this, but I got 10 already. I don't even know how I did that. It's weird. That never happens. Usually it takes forever, so okay. Oh, shit. I think it's actually lose love instead of love love. I'm not sure, but I haven't seen her in forever either. So I'm gonna spin again. And if she comes, then cool. I haven't seen her in a while though. I feel like she's not here. But if she comes back, then we'll do it because that's my bad for not waiting. Okay, I'm adding you, Pooja and Arby. Okay. Ah! Told you. Told you. What did I say? It's gonna ping you again! And it did. That's crazy, huh? Weird how that works, huh? Are you here, Alicia? I'm gonna be so. That's gonna be funny if she's not, because you know I think that happened before, but I don't think it was the same Alicia. It may have been, but I don't think it was. I think it was a different Alicia that happened with before, and she wasn't here the second time too. It might have been though the same Alicia because now I'm kind of starting to think maybe it was because it's happening now. Are you here, Alicia? That would be so funny. Well, it wouldn't, but I mean, kind of would. Hey, get off my thing. Crazy. Alicia. Okay, right. I'm gonna give her 30 seconds, okay? We're gonna do it like that, and then I'll see if she's here, okay? Whoa, what was that? Okay. She here? No. Raffle. Okay. We'll spin again. Sorry, Alicia. Arby, are you still here? Settle down, y'all. Getting some chapstick. Just getting some chapstick. Okay. Yeah. So Arby, are you here? I know you just got here, so. Come here, Bus. I'll itch you for you. Come here. Come here. I got you. Come here. I'll scratch your back. Come here. Come here, baby. Okay, I'm gonna give him 30 seconds and then I won't go anywhere. Okay. I was scratching my dog's back, sorry. He's all rolling all over the ground and shit. What the hell is going on with him? You okay? I'll give you a bath after this, okay? Yeah, Arby's not here. Yeah. So don't be that person, okay? Oh. Oh, Athena's not here anymore, I don't think, right? Oh, you are here. Wow. The fuck? Okay, cool. I totally didn't think you were. Okay. Right on. There you go. Okay. What are Chuck's current thoughts about me? Is that the question you wanted? Right on. Cool. My mistake. That's on me. That's my bad. I assumed, and I was wrong. See what happens when I assume? I'm usually wrong. Not always, but a lot. Okay, Athena. Okay. Yeah, I know. It's tough out there. But you see, I'm spinning the wheel. I'm not picking favorites. I'm not picking anybody on purpose. It's the wheel. The wheel feels like certain people need, a reading more than others. Okay, let's see. What are their current thoughts about you? I'm sorry, baby. Hang on, Buzz. What are their current thoughts about you? Okay, let's see. What do they currently feel about you? Wow, okay. We have King of Wands, so there could be a fire sign involved, whether that's you or them, or maybe it's not, but I'm just letting you know because it's court cards. So it could be that there's a fire sign and an earth sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Is that what we are talking? You said, oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you. But yeah, so I'm getting fire and air here. And if not fire and air people, then we're talking about, I would say they feel passionate about it. Like they're gonna get what they want out of it. Like not necessarily in a bad way. You said he is Earth. Okay, so is he like ambitious though? He's like a person who's like kind of like confident, like I'm gonna get what I want, and I not like cocky, but just like you said you're Scorpio, he's Virgo. That's funny because it's water and earth, and then we have fire and air here. So it's like, no, that's not what we're talking. You said both of us kind of come off as fire. Okay. So I would say like he's passionate about it, but then we have this responsibility thing here. This thing that's like somebody's supposed to take responsibility. So I want to say like he feels responsible for you in a way, but I don't know if that's the case. It just, that's what came to my mind. But let's see what else. And it's hard for me to like when I start thinking about it, which is not what you should do, because then you start second guessing your thoughts, or your intuition. But like the thing is, like I kind of feel like who's gonna feel responsible for someone like that? But it could happen. I mean, who knows? It's just that's what I feel like. That's what I feel like it's saying. But we'll see why. What is this talking about? What do you mean responsible? Or maybe he thinks you are. I don't know. Let's see. Well, we have 10 of Pentacles too, so it's like he's focused on that, on creating stability. You said he's Earth, so I mean, not like every Earth sign is, but seems like he's a more stable type. So how does he feel about you though? Why? Okay, so maybe he wants to create some kind of like he wants to create stability, security. I mean, it seems like. Can we get some feelings toward Athena here? Can we get some feelings he's having toward her? Like, what does he think and feel about her? Give us an explanation of that, please. Oh, interesting. Here's a twist. I don't know why this happens. I don't know why this happens. Because it's saying to take action. But then it's saying you're going to feel very sad or very stressed out about it. Like, maybe it's saying you're going to be stressed out about having put effort towards this. it's really weird to me. Like, I don't even understand what this is saying right now, and I'm probably gonna have to look with a different deck and kind of like go over it again. But let's see. While I'm explaining it to you, it might be able to come together. But let's see. We see this situation. Stop. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Come here. Sorry. Come here. Come here. We're seeing a situation here that's talking about basically, ambition. Somebody who's going to get what they want. It's fire. You know what I mean? It's fire. It's like I'm not shy about it. I'm not asking. Like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm like working towards this. I'm going towards this, thing, this goal with ambition and kind of expecting to get it, right? Like they're going for it. And there's this responsibility factor with the 10 of Pentacles. So I feel like it's talking about this person's stable and they're focused on stability. You said I've had conflicts many times on whether or not to take action. You said it resonates. Okay, well, that's good. So this person's like, it seems like they're for more or less like focused on stability and trying to create something stable. Like they could have money or they could be like, have a good job or something. But, it seems like they're responsible. And so when we're asking about how they feel about you, the Three of Swords comes out, the Four of Swords, and the Death card. So I feel like this is going to end in heartbreak. Like, and then when it says take action, it's saying basically like there's sadness involved with it. So I feel like it's saying with the action thing and the sadness, I feel like it's saying either there's an action you took that you're going to be like, why did I take that action? Because you see how the little ghost or whatever in the background, they're like pointing at her and they're like I don't know if it's like voices in her head it's supposed to represent, or if it's like she feels like, just, something's telling her like you fucked up, it's your fault, basically. Like she's feeling really bad about herself and she has all these voices in her head kind of saying like, yeah, it's all you suck and everything. So it's kind of like, it makes me feel like the action you took, because the Ace of Wands, the action that you're taking, the opportunity to take action, and that's what you did, or that's what I feel like that's what you did and you're regretting it now, and feeling like it's all your fault, feeling like it's you who created the heartbreak or something, or like, or maybe the heartbreak happened and you feel like you shouldn't have put so much effort into the situation like you did, maybe that's the action you're regretting taking. But either way, it's showing here that there's going to be a break and then an ending, because that's what I'm talking about. The Four of Swords, a lot of times it's just a break, it's just a rest period. But the Death card right after, that means it's going to be an ending. To me, that's how I perceive that. Like, for sure. That's what it seems like to me. Like it's a little break, could come back together. No, it's the Death card. Like, it's going to be done. It's going to be over. It's going to be changed. Either that, or it's going to be a drastic change. But to me, that's clear that it's going to end. But it's just weird because it's showing his stability, or his like focus on it, and then it's saying basically like, but he feels like this about it, it's going to end, and then you're going to regret having put that effort out, or you're going to regret, like, you're going to blame yourself first of all, and you're going to regret the actions you took involving it. So for some reason, I don't know why that's coming out or telling us about it. It's obviously important. It's not really answering your question, but the cards say what needs to be said, which is actually a blessing. It's actually a good positive benefit and a good thing to the situation, because we kind of need to know that more than how he feels about you currently, right? But let's see, like, we kind of need to know that, like, if you're going to end up regretting it. But let's see if we can get anything else, because that's weird, isn't it? It's kind of like that took a twist, like, okay, and I don't even know how it gets to that point, because it seems like things are kind of okay, but then they kind of aren't now, in the end of it. So it's weird to me, and I just don't understand how it came to that. But okay, tell me what we need to know. What does she need to know about the situation as we move forward, and why? What is her, okay, I want to get some advice for you so you kind of know what to do next, so just being like, okay, so what does that mean? Okay, so let's see. First of all, we have these two cards talking about, okay, you're still trying to, weigh your options, but it would be best to weigh your options on your own, by yourself, in the company of just you, because basically it's saying like you need to think about what you really want to be doing and have that self-reflection time. Like it's not about what other people want or think or give you advice on. Like even me, I mean, it's about like you know what's best for yourself. So it's time to like kind of like go back to the drawing board, try to figure out like what you need to do next, you know, and fuck what anyone else says. I wonder if that's why it's kind of like a weird way it's coming out too, because you all know, or probably very well already, that when you get readings about something, like very often, eventually you're going to get an answer you don't like, because it's just kind of like overdoing it. But, you know, that's kind of why I'm asking, like, what do you need to know other than that? Because, it is a very confusing answer that it gave us, but let's see what else it can tell you, because I know you're still kind of like, you still need some kind of, I mean, you don't need, you'll be alive still, but I mean, you'd like to understand what's the best thing to do from here. I mean, what should I do, regarding this, even if you already know what the truth is, it's hard to accept or whatever, it's still a troubling situation. So get away from that thing, you're going to hurt yourself. So let's see, how can she become less troubled? What does she need to know? And what is there that you'd like her to understand about the situation currently that will help her along in her next days, months, weeks, or days, weeks, months, and this year? What is something that would be helpful to her? What does she need to know? What would you like to say? Any last closing thoughts for Athena here? Okay. This is Libra energy, and it's not necessarily talking about Libra, but it's talking about, I'm just letting you know it's Libra energy. It's a Libra card, but it's talking about like at the end of the day, things, it could have been a karmic thing, karmic relationship, to where it was meant to be that way, like for you to like work out some karma that was in a past life or something. But again, I did notice what came out was the Three of Swords. Any last thoughts for Athena? The first thing I thought when I saw this was like, you need to heal. Like you need some healing. You've been hurt, and maybe it's not even talking about just this situation. Maybe it's talking about other shit, before this. And it's basically saying like, you need to take some time to actually heal this time. Like you can't avoid it anymore. Whatever it's talking about, whether it be like death in a family or a death in the family or a last relationship, this relationship, feelings about how you feel of yourself or where your life's going, whatever it is, there's pain that you're feeling. And I feel like you've kind of been avoiding really feeling it, even if you feel like, okay, yeah, no, I've gotten through that. I've been feeling it. I think about it. I talk about it. That might be true, but you're not really processing it. And that's why it's coming out again, because it's trying to tell you like you are heartbroken about something. You're feeling really bad about something. And it's like you need to like heal, because it's like it's not going away, and it's not going to get better unless you like face it. And then it comes out here, I thought maybe you're going to have a supportive friend or something to help you along, or there's going to be somebody that comes in that's like nice to you about it and caring and makes you feel like you have that support. It's water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But then we got the Ten of Swords. So whenever I see these two together, this is what I think, is that person was fake as fuck. The person seemed like they were nice, but they fucked you over at the end of it. So it's like, really, they weren't that nice person. They just were acting, pretending. And this was a lover or a Gemini or both. But we see, this was a person you were interested in for a relationship, and it could have been that Earth sign person. This is, King of Earth, King of Pentacles. But it's also talking about, somebody who's overly focused on material items and money and just goods, the goods, like, material stuff, like just stuff, like not really emotions or feelings or like not really, just kind of like things, like not even like relationships or people. It's just like, or like feelings. It's just about like stuff, And so, and then at the end of the day, we have like, this was kind of meant to happen, karma, or like, it's, justice will be served kind of thing. Like the way it's supposed to be is how it is. And it's just right. Now it's just kind of set right. Or it's just like, things will be how they're supposed to be. That person will get their karma if somebody fucked you over, or, justice. But we're talking here about like balance, you know, basically like after a rough time. So here again, this heartbreak thing needs to happen. You need to heal. And it could be talking about a betrayal that you experienced, and maybe we're talking about this relationship or something else. I feel like it's deeper than just this situation, though, you know. But then again, you know, there is a lover here, and it could be that or not necessarily Capricorn, but that Earth person. Gemini could be involved in this, water, Earth. But we do have somebody who got betrayed, so I think it was the lover, you know? Could have been that Earth person. Who was kind of shallow, kind of fake, you know? And at the end of the day, you know, do what's right for yourself. Like at the end of the day, you need to set this straight and get back to the drawing board and realize like you have a heart that's broken and you need to heal it before you go and date anyone or give yourself to anybody. You know what I mean? Like it's highlighting this for a reason. You need to do some work on you. And I'm not saying that to be a dick or like be like you're doing anything wrong. I'm just saying like refocus and like figure out that yeah, of course, you know, of course you do. It's just, you know, in a way, it's in a way, like if I can say this without being like offensive, I'm not trying to say like you deserve any of the, you know, anything like that. But I'm just saying like in a way, like you kind of be betraying yourself to keep on with a person that's making you feel like that. You know what I mean? Like it would be like kind of like at this point, heal, like don't walk into what you already, you know, what's hurting you, basically. Don't walk towards what's hurting you. You know that you know how you feel and you know that it doesn't feel good, you know? And now it's going to be hard to avoid that feeling. It's going to be hard to it's really going to be hard to kind of like not understand where you're at, where your heart's at, and that's pain, you know? Feeling like this is, you know, you need to like heal it if I can say that enough. But yeah, I'm glad you got a confirmation from it. I hope that that is helpful for you, you know, in some way, you know, I hope it helps in some way. But, you know, don't beat yourself up too much. Like if it's hard, you know, it's like, it's hard. I mean, people, it's not easy to, even if you already know, you know what I mean? Not saying you should continue, but not saying that like, you know, you're stupid or something if you don't, or if you do, because it's like, it's just harder than that sometimes, you know, but, like beating yourself up isn't going to help. So don't do that. Just try to understand where you're at and be there for yourself, you know, if you can. If you can. All right. Okay, Athena. Good night, you guys. I am going to go and go to sleep. But we're going to come back on tomorrow. I am betraying myself in this thing so much. I guess it was for me to. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I hope you can find some kind of strength, you know, in it. Because I know even if you're being told that and then you're like you already knew that and you kind of just needed the confirmation, it's like it still might be difficult for you to like, you know, do what you need to do, but like just know that you have people that support you. Everyone here is supportive of you. Everyone here wants to see you be happy and do well and you know, have a better life for yourself. And you're the only one that can do that, you know. Obviously. And that's cliche as fuck, but it's serious like, you know. But just don't beat yourself up if it's harder if you feel like you should do it and you can't do it right now or you have it's hard. Like yeah, it is hard. So just you know try to just understand yourself more. I guess you know be there for yourself more. Like by not putting yourself down and thinking like why can't I just do it? It's like it's difficult, but you can. So I hope that you know I hope it kind of has helped in some way for you to eventually get to that point. You know. So good night, you guys. Come back tomorrow night though. Come back tomorrow night. I'll go on a little bit earlier than this, so good night, you guys. You too. Thanks for coming. Please like this video. Good night, you guys. Have a good one.